Hello, listening people.
Dzień dobry,
I don't know what you said. I'm Ryan.
ja Bartek.
I don't know what you're saying. And you're listening to Spit and Polish presents Unappreciated Masterpieces. We're called Spit and Polish, likingly because we're always spitting and we both happen to be Polish. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna say mm-hmm.
No, oczywiście.
I don't know. I don't know what he's saying. I do not speak Polish. So what we do here on Spit and Polish is, in this particular one, is we find those unappreciated masterpieces, those forgotten movies, those gems that are not recognized by the general public. And Bartek, what is the unappreciated masterpiece we're doing today?
Today we are watching Na psa urok.
Yeah. Look, I know I said it several times, but I am Polish. I've got a Polish last name, Slawinski. But I don't have the privilege of being able to understand Polish or speak it. So I don't know what movie we're watching when you just say it like that.
Oh, well shit, don't I have spaghetti on my face? See, I did it differently this time. We're watching The Shaggy Dog. It has nothing to do with Scooby-Doo.
Nothing to do with Scooby-Doo. So we're watching The Shaggy Dog. Yes, the cinematic classic that is The Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen. Not the original 1950s Shaggy Dog with Fred McMurray. In case you guys were sitting there ready to be like, oh, it's Fred McMurray time. No, it's Tool time with Tim Allen. So, Bartek, what is this a part of in our new epidemic that is a series for this?
This is part of our show, Spit and Polish presents Unappreciated Masterpiece.
Yes, but
As it's plural, I forgot to say that.
No.
This month is February, and in February we are doing a dogathon, a dog month, where we watch nothing but dog films.
Nothing but movies relating to dogs, or with dogs in the title, or something about dogs.
Every movie that we've watched so far and have planned has a word in it that is D-O and some other letter.
Well, yeah, Scooby-Doo didn't have dog in it.
Well, it had do.
It did.
D-O and another letter is O.
It did have dog, too. So, we did Scooby-Doo 1, we did Scooby-Doo 2, and now we're doing The Shaggy Dog. But we can't do it alone, isn't that right, Bartek?
That is correct. We cannot do it alone, but there are two of us, so it's not really alone. But you meant that we can't do it without a third person.
Yes, that's right. And we are joined with the lovely presence of Kate Dyer.
Aw, guys.
I know.
Not-
I'm so
not-
sentimental.
That was so cute.
Not guys, just him. I didn't say
And
anything.
he didn't say shit.
I know.
Some people have said, Ryan, you're always particularly nice when there's a female guest on. No, I'm particularly nice when there's any guest on. I'm just happy to have friends.
Aren't we
That's
all?
Aren't we all? Yes. So, Kate, you're joining us for The Shaggy Dog.
Indeed.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am.
Were you very happy when you saw this movie?
Yes. It's been a while since I've seen it. I remember when the trailers were out on TV, and so that's a little sad.
A little sad. I love, just before starting this, I asked Kate and Bartek what they thought of the movie, just randomly, and Kate's like, I've seen it before! like, that's it. Like, there's no other follow-up comeback to that. It's just, I've seen it before! I'd like to share an amusing little story before we get full deep into Tim Allen's Shaggy Dog.
Yeah.
Yes, Kate. I was talking to Kate, I do this with both Bartek and the guests. I make sure, as a reminder, this is the time that we're doing it, and this is the movie, and all this. But with Kate, I just said, tomorrow, at this time, bring this and this. And Kate's like, yeah, I can do that, brilliant. And I'm like, awesome. And then Kate, this is like the night before, Kate just goes, what movie are we doing again? Is it Scrappy-Doo? And then I'm just sitting there going, Scrappy-Doo's not even a movie. Like, what
No, it's a
movie is
character.
this? It's just a character.
I assumed there was some sort of Scooby-Doo theme going on, so
No,
I was
it was
kind
the
of
dog-
going with the flow.
The dog thing. My favourite thing is, on our page, I made a post about how we're just doing dog movies, and the first person to like it was Kate Dyer. So
Oh, was
even
I?
you know that we're doing dog movies, not
I
just
knew we were
Scooby-Doo
doing
movies.
dog movies, but you started with Scooby-Doo, so I thought
Yeah, but
that was
obviously-
going to be a theme.
So you just thought all of the Scooby-Doo movies?
Well,
Like, we
yeah,
went into
pretty
all the
much.
animated movies? Oh,
I thought you might have.
no. We're just doing live action for those ones. I love Scrappy-Doo. Oh, you remember that classic movie about
That
it?
should be a movie.
Scrappy-Doo. Like, I'm sure there's a Scrappy-Doo movie. But I don't think there's a movie just called Scrappy-Doo. Like, and it's like, instead of Scooby-Doo, it's like Scrappy-Doo, and he has his own gang of people, but they're like bizarro world opposites of like Fred and
feel like-
Daphne.
Instead
I
of
feel
Fred,
like
it's like
they'd be
Durf.
the people trying to get away with their plan, and
Yeah.
the gang's always stopping them.
And Rowan
then-
Atkinson's in it again. He's still
It
himself.
could be a midquel between the flashback in the first movie and the first movie itself.
Yes.
That'd be alright.
I like the sound of that. So we're going to now, guys. You better buckle your seats up. You better like
buckled.
buckle. You buckled?
I'm
You
buckled.
buckled, Bartek? How do you say buckled in Polish?
I don't know.
You speak Polish.
Yeah, I know.
And you're just not going to tell me.
Let's like buckle your seatbelt.
Yeah, what's like buckled your seatbelt in Polish? Bartek just not going to give it to us.
I'm not very good at Polish.
Yes.
I know what belt is.
What is belt?
Pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Yes, pass. Alright.
Zapnij pass. Put on your seatbelt. But
Thanks.
zapnij kind of means zip. Or
Zip
put
up your
on.
seatbelt.
So they're not really buckle, but the equivalent would be zapnij.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute, eh? So, see, learned a lot, Kate. So we're going to start this magnificent beast of a film, this perfect picture. It is hard to say that this is the best movie ever made, but it is the best movie ever made. I mean, it's just the best movie ever made. It's inspired so many others. I mean, for one, it's a remake of the original Shaggy Dog, and it inspired its own original. Like, that's how good this remake is.
Yeah.
It was so it just transcends time. It's so influential that it inspired its own source material. I mean, that's just
Who
brilliant.
doesn't love a movie about a dog?
Yeah, exactly.
And not only dog, they're Tim Allen in this movie.
Alright, we're going to start with Shaggy Dog. Get whatever copy you have, you're streaming, you're downloaded, or your DVD. We're going to start it in 3, 2, 1, play. There we go. Alright, guys, so here we are. So it's a Disney movie. We've already done a Disney movie on this show,
What was
so
the other
But
Disney
there's no
movie?
Tim Allen in that one.
we did I'll Be Home for Christmas
Oh, yeah.
with Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who plays Tim Allen's son, the youngest one in Home Improvement.
Yep.
He was also the voice of Simba. Like the kid Simba, not Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
But Matthew Broderick is in that movie too. No.
Goats brave. What? How do you brave?
Oh, right. Helicopter whirring. How do you helicopter? I mean,
How do you worry?
so I wrote a lot of notes for this. I always write notes for these movies. But the last few movies, like, say, Scooby-Doo, since I was so familiar with the material, it was harder to write as many notes because I was so used to the absurdity of it all.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's harder because I'm, like, so used to it. But I had never seen this movie before having to do this show. I've seen the original Shaggy Dog, so I kind of knew what I was in for, but I just kept writing pages upon pages upon pages upon pages of notes. Like, I have 5 pages worth of notes.
What do you write?
I just write, like, kind of like quick dot points of things that I think about when it's on, such as this. I wrote, is this a war movie? Like,
Well, I was
like, I
really
didn't know what this
confused.
movie was going to be at this point.
When I downloaded this movie to watch it again, I was like, have I downloaded the right movie?
Yeah.
I was very confused.
I've had that many times with some of these movies. Some of them I was wrong. Like, I
Some-
downloaded a version of a movie that was edited in a different way than it was intended.
Yeah, some of these movies I don't research at all, so I just put them on without knowing what it's about. I'm like, oh, this is an interesting movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay, like, I just write it also just to keep me, before we do this, to keep me, like, up to date with what were things that I really was interested in at the time, because sometimes, like, you know, I do it as quick to when we do this recording as possible, but sometimes there's little things that you just don't want to forget. You don't want to forget, like, me thinking that this was a war movie, or, like, many times I kept writing, like, what kind of movie is this, or, like, there's a bit later where the guy who owns the science, what was it, like, the company that's experimenting on animals,
Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
old guy, he's like, I hate dogs. I have a pet squirrel. I didn't want to forget that, because why the fuck does he have a pet squirrel in the first
He
place?
must enjoy pets.
So this is a Disney movie. We all big fans of Disney?
I love Disney.
You love Disney?
I
Not
love
bad.
Disney.
Patrick like,
Do
like,
you have a favourite Disney movie?
obviously the Shaggy Dog. Duh.
I might if I thought about it hard enough.
I
Oh
like,
shit, the dog got caught.
in the animated movies, I'm gonna say the Hunchback of Notre Dame is
Oh,
one
yeah.
of my particular faves. The G's had little ears and they wiggled in the title. And how do we start this movie after the credits? Pissing, which some
Damn
might
it.
say is a perfect description of how the movie is. But those are unkind people. So, guys, this is Tim Allen. Not the dog. I mean, he's yet to be a dog, but this man here. We all know Tim Allen, right?
Yes.
Yes, and what do you know him from?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
That's the primary one.
That's really okay. It's so weird because everyone's like, "Oh, I know him from Buzz Lightyear." But oddly enough, for me, when I think of Tim Allen, that's actually one of the last things I remember because
Really?
I look at Tim Allen and I always remember what he looks like because he's just like,
He does have a very distinctive face.
and his voice matches his face. And I always think of him from Home Improvement because I always used to
Yeah.
watch that, and that's him in full Tim Allen, like him grunting and him doing all of his. And all of that, which he didn't do enough of in this movie, might I add. He didn't do
Even
his
though he
Tim Allen
played a
grunt.
dog.
He growled a lot, but he didn't do his Tim Allen grunt a lot, which is okay. But I also think my favourite Tim Allen movie, I know I said The Shaggy Dog's the best film ever made, but it's not necessarily my favourite Tim Allen movie. My favourite Tim Allen movie is Galaxy Quest. I love Galaxy Quest. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Well, Alan recommended it.
Okay.
And the idea is they used to be like in a version of a show called Galaxy Quest, which is like Star Trek, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they're doing the Comic-Con things, and they hate their fans, but he loves them. He's William Shatner and all that. And he gets abducted by aliens who have watched the show, but they don't understand it's a show. They think it's
I think
historical
it's real life.
documents.
Yeah.
And they've recreated all, like, the entire spaceship and all that, and have got him to help them fight an evil dictatorship, alien race that's ruling
Yeah.
over them. But he thinks they're just fanatic fans, and he accidentally makes the situation worse. And on and on the movie goes. But that's one of my favorite Tim Allen movies. But this is a Tim Allen movie that is the best film ever made. So it's the best Tim Allen movie.
So I did a trivia for this movie as well as
Oh,
the movie we did last week, Scooby-Doo 2,
Monsters Unleashed.
Monsters Unleashed. And there were a few questions that had interesting answers. The first one was rather tame. You've already given the answer who plays Dave, the main character.
Tim Allen.
The answer is Tim Allen, but the other options were Tom Hanks.
No, that's not a bad idea because weirdly enough, I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if Tom Hanks was in this
I
movie?
feel like he'd do a pretty good job.
I think it would be pretty good, but go on.
Tom Hanks, like the question last week with Seth Green, we have Robin Williams again.
No, he would make this work
Robin Williams would nail this as
because
well.
he has good physical comedy.
And someone with no physical comedy, Jim Carrey.
Look, I feel like Jim Carrey wouldn't have made this work. I don't believe.
No.
Here's something. Jim Carrey, I never believe is a dad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know
He's
he
a
is.
liar.
Yeah, but I didn't believe him as much as I believed him more as a lawyer than him as Jim Carrey house dad, which like he's a lawyer in this too, so it would have been liar
See,
again, but
you
with
believe
dogs.
Tim Allen as a dad, though.
I do. I
Yeah.
believe Tim Allen. Tim Allen, he's very similar. Okay, Tim Allen's comedy. I don't know if you've listened to his stand up too, but he kind of reminds me of Ray from Everybody Loves Raymond, where
Oh,
both
yeah.
their comedy is about the household and you know being a husband and father and all that. They're very similar in that way, but very different, obviously, in their sensibilities. But they're very similar and they like doing family and their thing. But go on, Bartek, tell us more about your quiz. I'm so excited.
Oh, well, there are like 6 questions. I was thinking of maybe spreading them out a bit more,
Oh,
but
tell me another one.
the main reason
I'm
I brought-
hungry now.
I'll give you one. But like the main reason I asked this question was because I thought it was interesting that Robin Williams was once again who played the main character question
Yeah.
instead of Seth Green. Let's see, what one can I give you now? All right,
Give it to me.
all right, this one will work.
Danny Glover's in this movie.
Who does Dave live with? The answer is obviously wife and kids.
Yeah, he's family, but he's going to say Robert Downey Jr.
However- However, the other options for this question were Tibetan monks, the Wicked Witch,
What? That's not
the
even-
Wicked Witch.
that's not even in
I
this-
assume of the West,
That's not even in this movie.
and something that is in this movie, Daffy Duck.
Okay, I don't know, I accept that. So,
Oh, you?
okay, I'm not the fucking Wicked Witch, I don't know. Okay, so here he is, guys. Here he is. Robert Downey.
Robert
Jr.
Downey Jr.
Now, guys, you guys are fans of Robert Downey, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Not really.
Really?
Oh,
What do you like about sexy Robert Downey Jr.?
No, he's fine. I'm just not really a fan.
fair enough.
Well, you're wrong. But look at it. But did he not make this movie?
We did
He
a
was
pretty
good. He was very
Yeah,
good in
he
this
made
movie.
this movie. So, you guys know what time period this is, right, for Robert Downey Jr. in his career?
It would be just before Iron Man.
Yes.
But it would be after all his drug stuff?
Yes. So this was during a period of time in which Robert Downey Jr. was poisoned, pretty much, for movies. Like, if you had Robert Downey Jr. in your movie, you're going to be fucked, basically, because he had a bad reputation. It's, that happens with actors. Like, they go through their down periods. Robert Downey Jr. was obviously, very much in the press about all of his downfalls and all that. So he had to pretty much do any movie that he could get. And if he could do family movies, that would give him some more credibility again. So that's why he's in The Shaggy Dog. Because literally, he couldn't do any other piece of work.
Wow. Do you think that if he could get any work he'd want to do this movie?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Well, it's also a few years before he got nominated at the Oscars for Tropic Thunder.
Yes. Yep. Here's the two characters that I like the most. Now, I don't know about you guys, but these two scientists were my favorite characters. I called them the Dumbass Brigade a lot in my notes, because they are the Dumbass Brigade. It's like,
They really
you know
are.
those movies where it's like, even a James Bond movie, where it's like the two, or the henchmen, or whoever it is, are dumbasses, and they keep failing, but they keep sending them to do the errand or chore anyway.
They're those two guys of this movie.
Yes, one's a woman. But yes, like,
She annoys me though.
what do you mean? She
She's
was
always
so great.
pouting.
Yeah, because do you not see how evil she is? Now, Kate, you've acted.
Yes.
You know that when you're evil, you've got to pout. Robert Downey Jr. is pouting through the whole movie, but
I
you're
know,
not saying
but
anything.
she does it in a way where it annoys me.
They do it in ways that are supposed to annoy you. They're antagonists.
I'm with Kate. I feel like those two are the ones that I'd most want to punch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
well,
whole
I wouldn't
movie.
want to know them in real life, but
Yeah.
they're the things that elevate this movie even more. When Robert Downey Jr. is not on screen, I mean, look at him right now. What's with his face? I don't understand what you're doing, Robert, but it's so weird to see him
It
not
looked
with
a bit
facial
Jim
hair.
Carrey in that shot.
Maybe they wanted him to be Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm being in Bruce Almighty. I don't know. Can't remember what he was doing around this time. But here he is, guys. Robert Downey Jr. He's the saving grace of this movie. I mean, there's many saving graces of this movie to now then. Those two scientists.
Saving grace of the greatest movie ever made.
Well, every great movie has something that really is like the best part, like the saving grace. Like, if it wasn't for them, would it be the greatest film ever made?
But
If it wasn't for Humphrey Bogart, would Casablanca be one of the greatest films ever made?
Probably
Don't
not.
think so. If it wasn't for Orson Welles, would Citizen Kane? No. Like, on and on it goes, Bartek. Like, you can't be like that. You can't, like, imagine, like,
But
oh.
isn't a saving grace something that saves a bad movie?
No, you can have a saving grace in good movies. Such as
Then
these
why do you call it a
unappreciated-
saving grace?
Because it's saving it from being too obscure. Like, if Tim Allen and Robert Downey Jr. wasn't in this movie, I don't know if I would have found it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because there's many Disney movies that have lesser known actors that I just don't know about. And they could be
Definitely.
great. See, Kate's on my side, and she thought we were watching Scrappy. So I guess I feel really secure in my position. So, Kate, you were a teenage girl once,
I was once.
like a decade ago.
I wasn't.
Were you like this girl where you were protesting and with red hair
A dad.
and bangles and shit? Well, you got
I did wear
you got,
bangles.
You got like something on your wrist now, anyway.
I
So
have hair ties.
you have hair ties. So you've moved up from bangles to hair ties.
I
You
never
have
had
3
red
hair
hair.
ties.
Yeah,
What about on
no.
the other hand? Do you have
I
more?
have a watch
Oh, okay. So 3 hair ties because Kate's hair is so long she needs 3.
sometimes. I do.
Ha, so tough. So
I can't say I ever protested.
really, I think
No.
of you as a real activist.
Really?
Yep. Totes. Okay. Before we skip out, this is my favorite. Oh my god, it's a trap. I want to, for the page, get that as a clip and remix it.
It's a
I
trap.
Yeah, and
Like a
remix
Vine
it.
or
Yeah,
something.
no. I want to remix it as like a song. I can get a funky beat and be like, because he says it exactly like this. These two, and I know I said that they're the greatest, but they are obvious. I'm not joking here. They are, even including that kid actor from I'll Be Home for Christmas, the worst actors in any of the movies
yeah.
we've done so far. Like, that kid actor was 4 years old. I'll give him some slack, even though I fucking hated him. in I'll Be Home for
I thought he was
Christmas.
great.
But these two are even worse because they're full-grown adults who have done movies before. I looked them up, and I just love. This is exactly the way he said it. Oh my God, it's a trap. Like what? Like here's where you go, director. Was that the best take? And evidently it was because we're talking about it right
in
now.
the film.
We're talking about it right now, so evidently it was the best take because it's gripped me. It's my favorite moment in the movie. The whole entire film, my favorite moment is, oh my God, it's a trap.
So it is the best take.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, you think, it's not the best take, but then you realize it is, because here I am talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, you weren't a protester, huh?
No, I never protested.
So, what kind of teenage girl were you?
Let's think.
You're like, I don't know.
I don't know. I did a lot of dancing. I did a lot of theatre.
Well, little did she know, we've interviewed her parents beforehand, and that's when, like, I play the clip of, like, what teenage girl is Kate, and they're like, cunt, or I don't know, something.
You're a little shit. That's what they would say.
Like, Bartek's like, oh, jeez, Ryan, that's pretty harsh.
It's pretty
I didn't say
accurate.
that's pretty harsh. I just said, oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm adding
Because
words in your mouth.
I'm offended that I didn't get to be in that interview.
Yeah. Don't worry, I've got an interview with Bartek's mum, but it's R-rated.
Meow.
Wow.
A lot of jokes about my mum.
She's a very nice lady. She likes the posts on the page, so thank you. How do you pronounce your mum's first name?
Agatha?
Agatha.
Yeah. It's exactly as it looks like.
Well, it could be a gator.
She said that when she was younger, she got that a lot and it annoyed her.
See, so that's why I asked. Bartek's like, it's so obvious, it just looks like how you can pronounce it. Well, evidently not, Bartek, because she gets annoyed when it's pronounced that way, so... I mean, come on, like Tim Allen, he might pronounce it Tim Allen.
Aline.
Aline. There's a connection with this movie, with Aladdin, other than the fact it's Disney. I'm going to tell you now because I guys can't wait till the end of the movie. Oh my god, it's so good! The person who did the music for this movie
Yeah.
is Alan Menken. You know Alan Menken?
No, I do not.
I assume he did the music for Aladdin?
Music for Aladdin. He did Little Shop of Horrors,
Oh.
Hunchback of Notre Dame,
That's a pretty good
Mulan,
resume.
Mulan, The Little Mermaid, The Shaggy Dog. Like, I was sitting here at the end, I'm like, no, that can't be right. Alan Menken? And then I like rewind it, I'm like, oh my god, it's Alan Menken. I should have appreciated it. So, Bartek, when you get bitten by dogs, do you get little dog jumps that are actual dogs? They look like the creatures out of Lady in the Water.
They
by
definitely
M. Night
don't look
Shyamalan.
like the dog that just bit Tim Allen.
There,
And that's a good observation, Kate.
there was a question about this part.
Is it what
the
did
quiz.
the dog lick? Was one of the answers his penis? Because I would have second that. Because I watched when I typed in the Shaggy Dog because I downloaded it. It was like you need to be 18 plus. I'm like why?
What
And then I
movie
pressed
are
it's like
you downloading?
no. There's like the first one was XXX Shaggy Dog parody, and then it was just like the Shaggy Dog, and I'm like.
God.
Thanks. I want to watch the Shaggy Dog porno with Tim Allen
do
still
it.
in it. And he'll be like, "Arr!" when he
He
comes.
do his little.
I think,
Yeah.
I think he had Internet Explorer on his laptop. What's wrong
Go on,
with it?
Bartek, tell us your quiz.
The question in the quiz was, what was Dave infected with?
Rabies.
That's surprisingly not one of the answers.
They say that in the movie. He gets tested for rabies.
Well, he thinks. Well, when you do get bit by a dog, you always think, oh, rabies.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer in this quiz was genetic mutation serum, I
What were
guess.
the other
Whoa.
The
answers?
other answers were snow,
I like how the way you said it like it was a question. So I imagine,
Snow?
I imagine it's like
Well, I'm giving
they
you-
put a question mark at the, like they're like, were the answers this? But it's like snow. Like
It's
they
like-
don't even do this.
Have you played Cards Against Humanity?
Yeah, yeah.
There's
And
this
bees?
one- Bees?
Like bees? Yeah. Go on.
Yep, so snow, ice,
Ice? These are not even close.
and
Yeah.
cooties.
Cuties!
Yeah, the last one is correct. He did get bitten by cooties.
So that's the question for now. I think we've got like 2 or 3 left.
Wow. Okay, so she's from Sex and the City. In case you wanted to know, Kate.
Oh.
She's one of them. I don't know which
Oh, yeah,
one.
yeah.
She's what one is she? Is she the
I have
slutty
no
one?
idea. They're all slutty.
Yeah, but there's one that's a particular slut.
No, she's not the particular slutty one.
Okay.
She's blonde.
Oh.
So we haven't exactly acknowledged that there's a conflict in his family life.
Oh, we haven't acknowledged there's a plot to begin with.
No, because you're busy talking about Disney and all that.
Well, he's just been bitten by a
That's not
dog,
really you.
and now he's really angry.
Yeah.
And
Thanks. Go
his
on,
wife
Kate.
is confronting him because he doesn't spend enough time with the family.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was supposed to attend a parent-teacher interview
But
this
he was a
afternoon,
cunt.
but he decided to keep working instead. And he knew about it too, and his assistant reminded him.
Yeah, his assistant is also in the TV show Better Call Saul, which is about Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad, and she plays a lawyer in that too. And in this movie, I don't think we hear her name, so I like to think they're in the same universe. Because
Let's
also
go
this
with that.
movie is at the exact same year that show is set in, so that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see, now we start to notice Tim Allen with his dog-like instincts
Yeah.
since getting bitten.
I love this. It's like, you're like, we're not talking about the film. It's like, okay, let's just name things now. It's like, laying down, pat, lamp, face,
Well,
twitch.
if you recall way back in our very first episode
yes,
during the
big fat
montage,
liar. You just
Yeah.
pointed at things.
yeah,
and
I was
went,
like, this is how you do
Stretching.
commentary.
Look how red he is. Do you think, like, that's his natural red face, or do you think they make up his face to be even redder?
No, natural.
I think it's natural.
Why is he so red? I guess because he slept on his neck.
Mm.
Now,
Because he dreamt about communism.
Kate, you sleep in various positions.
I do.
Is that one of them?
I would not recommend sleeping on my neck.
What? Are you
Is that
sure?
like, yeah, look, you wake up with a sore neck.
Yeah, but is it not worth it?
Oh, look, I don't think it is.
Yeah, kill Joy. Kill
Just giving my
Joy.
opinion.
Jesus, Ryan, you're so kinky.
You're kinky. Oh my god! I wrote down in my notes, Robert Downey Jr. at one point does say kink. I'm just like, I want to loop that as well, and just have it mixed together with something else and have him say, don't kink shame me. And then him, later in this movie, was like, I don't know if you remember, but this is spoiler, but I just want to talk about where he goes, I can't wait to... Like, he says something really sexual to him when he got him in the cage. He's like, I can't wait to poke around inside of your body. Like, when he's like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
experiment.
that was super creepy.
But it was so sexual. Also, have you noticed that he has super hearing, but it's never used again?
Yeah, this is the only time.
Yeah, one of the questions was about it.
Like, I thought, oh, why did he even need to go into the building to hear Robert Downey Jr.'s plan? Why couldn't he just listen to it
Well,
from
if he can
outside?
hear Grease Lightning via headphones, surely he'd be able to hear the plan. via
Couldn't he hear
headphones.
your heartbeat? Like, if he can hear headphones from, like, down the hall,
Yeah.
couldn't he, if he stood, like, as close to his wife right now, hear heartbeats? Hear poop?
Maybe it's because...
Churning in the bowels? Kate just smiling, like,
Well, I mean, if the only thing he's heard is something that, you know, amplifies vibrations in the air, then it would really only make sense that he'd hear technology or something like that make loud noises.
That does make
yeah,
sense.
Bartek brings up a brilliant point, Bartek, but here's something that you didn't think about.
Yeah, something sassy from Ryan. What is it?
Poop.
Oh, yeah, great. Oh, yeah. Clap for Ryan. You made the microphone go red. Oh, you're in trouble.
Shut up. I like how Kate automatically was like, I know what
I
it
know
is.
the answer to this.
Yeah, everyone can see it coming.
Well, I don't think so. They can't see my anus right now.
I don't want to see your anus.
Your face has been near it, though.
It has been near it.
Yep, and we're never going to get context to that. You just don't know my relationship with Kate. So
Kate sometimes turns into a dog.
I think it should remain a
and
mystery.
sniffs buttholes. Bartek, you sniff buttholes. Is it a pleasant smell?
It really depends on your relationship with the person.
Oh, so you're not just a go around sniff a butthole at night guy. You're let's have a date, make a life together, sniff
And
buttholes.
then
aren't
I'll sniff your
You don't have to be
butthole.
that close to the person.
you? Yeah, I mean, I've already got my nose in their butthole, right? I'm pretty close to them.
Well, yeah, if you establish a relationship beforehand, whether it just be friendship or family, you know, whatever.
Now, this is a masterpiece. Best film ever made, remember. That's why this film is so great, that it will come up with all of these dog trope theories, and you never see him do them again. Like, we never see him eat like a dog. Like
No.
that again.
No, we don't. The one thing that does recur, though, is
Running.
the smell.
Oh yeah, he keeps sniffing things. But I would have liked him to, like, track down people by sniff. Oh, and he licks. Oh, and he loves growling. Because, okay, Do you think he's perfectly cast for this movie?
Well,
Tim Allen?
I don't know if perfection can ever be achieved, but he's pretty damn good.
No, I do agree. I think he's a very good actor for this role.
Yeah. I was sitting here, and since I hadn't seen it before, and I know, we are knights for the quest of Camelot, that is to find these unappreciated masterpieces, but it is hard not to have that instinct within you going, I don't know, it's got a low rating and nobody really talks about this movie. It must be crap. Even when watching it, you're like, it's still there niggling away at you until you watch it as a whole, until you absorb it all in. And at first I was like, I don't know. But then once I absorbed it all in, I sat down and I'm like, this is a perfect movie for Tim Allen. And it's like a perfect Tim Allen movie, but it's also the movie where, imagine you're in a boardroom pitching this movie, like, let's remake The Shaggy Dog. That family picture with Fred MacMurray, who was in the 1950s and 60s the ultimate family guy. Like, he was the dad with the pipe and the sweater, and he was just like, very moral. Who today should we get? It's like, we could get Tom Hanks, but no, he's a bit beyond this kind of thing. Tim Allen is the perfect choice. Like, Tim Allen is a wonderful choice. He's got a great comedic background. He's a physical comedian. He knows how to launch himself into really silly things. I mean, think, by this point he was doing Santa Claus movies.
Oh, yep.
And the son is the same son in the Santa Claus movie, so...
He plays one of the elves.
Oh, he's an elf, that's...
He's like the
He's
lawyer
a son.
elf.
Yeah. Who doesn't age, but he ages in each movie. So, Bartek, you had never seen this movie before we had to watch it?
No, I have not.
You didn't see it in the theatre?
Yes, I have.
You did see
Because apparently if I've never seen this movie, there's a chance that I can see it in the theatre.
Well, you've forgotten movies you've seen in the theatre until you had to rewatch
Well, I remembered
them.
that I'd seen them, I just forgot what they were, like Kangaroo Jack.
Yeah. So you didn't see it in the theatre.
No.
None of us saw it,
I'd seen it once before.
but not in the theatre.
No, I don't think it was in the theatre. I think we actually hired it on DVD.
Oh, not
or
DVD?
No, I don't think it was video.
Oh, they weren't.
What was this? It was 06, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, they were videos.
I think we got it on DVD.
Oh, wow. I wish I saw this in the cinema. Like, it would have been like one of those experiences. I don't know what I was doing.
Well, maybe we could call the Astor Theatre and protest
Demand.
that they put it up on their thing.
Maybe like, hey, fuck Hateful Eight in, projected on film. Get freaking the Shaggy Dog. That's what I want. You know what? That's the content I want. Have you guys ever watched Third Rock from the Sun?
No.
Oh, you guys suck. The Judge
You
is from
suck.
Third Rock from the Sun. That show had Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it when he was a kid. And he had long hair. Like, really long hair.
Yes, nice.
Oh, freaking hell, Kate. Don't sneeze. Oh, I'm so
Excuse
girly.
me.
Did you hear it? I like how he's like, yeah, I'm a man, woman, blah. Then, do you growl at people, Bartek, when you get angry?
I'd like to, I don't really think I can growl that well.
Yeah.
I thought that this would come back to haunt him, but it didn't.
No, not at all. Nothing haunts Tim Allen. Can't you see that by the gaunt look on his face? He's like
Is that
nothing.
just noticing his hair now?
He's
I
got
honestly didn't think it looked that different from how he was
he's got
normally.
grayer hair.
Yeah, I haven't really noticed.
I did. I was noticing his transformation. Have you seen how deep the fucking bite is?
It's a pretty decent bite.
It's
like,
like
they
a
did a good
really
job.
fucked up bite. Like, I would have kicked that dog
Yeah,
out.
that was like a horror movie level bite, almost.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote in my notes, is this a horror movie? At one point, which was when they were experimenting on those animals. I mean, look,
How creepy are those animals though?
but which one's the creepiest?
The frog dog.
Is it the
frog
frog
one.
dog?
Definitely the frog dog.
The rest of them were sort of cute. That one was
I
kind
liked
of...
the snake with the
I did
little
too.
tail, yeah.
Yeah. I liked the rabbits that barked.
Oh yeah.
No. The frog dog. It sounds like a kid's movie already.
It could have its own
Coming out
spin-off.
this summer.
Could be like
Frog
I
dog.
feel like it could be made into a nursery rhyme.
Frog
dog.
But it's like a cautionary tale.
Imagine it as like a comical superhero.
Like a grim.
Yeah,
Its
like,
own little theme song.
frog dog. You got yourself a case of the frog dog. This guy's in lots of things as well, and he's
Really?
just completely underused. Yeah. He's in quite a bit. He usually plays like intellectuals or stoners or stoner
I
intellectuals.
can see the stoner.
Yeah, he's in the TV show Bones.
What did he play in Bones?
He plays like one of the coroner's assistants guys, like you know in Bones.
Oh,
She always
yeah.
has. He's like the really smart, intellectual one who just doesn't understand people.
Yes, yes.
Like he's an asshole.
I know exactly which one I'm talking about.
That's him. See what I mean? He plays intellectuals and stoners.
Yep, the nose. It's the nose.
Yep, the old intellectual nose, Bartek.
Coming-
Bartek has not an intellectual nose for those listeners.
I do not know.
Coming up is
Yeah, I
another trivia question answer.
Okay, give it to us. Give it to us.
Okay,
Uptown Funk, gonna
in-
give it to you.
in this movie, The Shaggy Dog, what does Dave turn into?
Oh! Please be Will Smith.
No, unfortunately, they're all animals.
Oh,
Okay,
who
what
cares?
are our options?
Alright, well,
One of them should have been Tim Allen.
one of the answers is obviously dog.
You see, I don't think that's good.
I don't think that's correct at all.
Well, then you're clearly a bit of a dum-dum, because the answer is dog.
We're not watching Night at the Museum, Bartek.
I'm done with that.
Yes, okay, got it. Bartek is looking at me like,
No, I knew
No.
exactly what she was talking I knew what she was talking about.
yeah, but before she said it, go on.
I was just upset that
Is
you
one
were...
of them bird?
No. The other answers are cow,
The shaggy cow with Tim Allen. Yeah, go on.
cat,
The shaggy pussy with Tim Allen. That's the XXX parody.
and mouse.
The shaggy mouse with Tim Allen.
How
And
does
is
he
connected
work as
to
a
the great
mouse?
mouse detective.
I was going for a Stuart Little vibe.
Oh, you know who wrote Stuart Little? M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Plot twist. Like, imagine at the end of Stuart Little, it's like, it turns into like, little did you know that this was all inside a snow globe? and it's like an autistic boy
What
looking at
happened?
it.
was all
Hey guys,
a dream.
another question.
Oh, yeah. go on.
What kind of dog does Dave turn into?
Oh, is one of these not a dog?
The correct answer...
Can it be like, what kind of dog does he turn into? A parakeet. Like,
The correct answer is sheepdog,
Yes.
obviously.
yeah, they say that in the movie.
Now, the three answers that is not sheepdog. Hairless,
Oh, yeah,
just hairless, cat, and the last one is bear.
See, can we just get back to the movie for a second? The pound guy with these dogs has just ripped his pants open.
Yeah.
Now you know you're watching a family movie when someone rips their pants and has brightly coloured underwear on underneath.
I don't know, you're wrong about that. Have you not seen Sin City? I'm pretty sure someone rips their pants in that movie, and that's in a film for adults. So.
I'm mostly
No,
mistaken.
sorry, can I just go back to the animals?
Yeah.
I mean, the breeds of dog. He's a bear. I love the fact
The
that
shaggy bear.
the shaggy bear, and that's a pure gay porno, because bear, you know what bears are, right? Yeah, you do. Bartek's a bear.
Pretty much, yeah. Slightly overweight and hairy.
Yep. And Polish.
Well, that's...
That's just a bonus. He's a pole bear. He's a pole bearer?
you know
I like that.
That's tasty.
You know what's weird about this quiz? Later on, there was a question that was pretty much the exact same thing, and they did list different breeds of dogs.
So one of them was like, what kind of breed of dog did you turn into? Like, sheepdog?
What kind of dog? And then it lists, cat, hairless, and bear. And then the other one, what breed, and actually listed actual breeds.
Like, I don't know who writes these. That's something I often ask myself.
Yeah, there's one
Who
more. but
wrote
I'll-
this? Like, why did they write this? But look, this is the one I understand. Like, out of all movies, I think this is the one I understand why they created this. It was a semi-decent movie, the original. It wasn't groundbreaking. It wasn't like, this is a new idea. Like, this you could argue is like a boring idea. But it is an entertaining idea, that
It is
idea
very
of
well executed.
a man doing things that animals do, and hijinks.
And you're forgetting also the genre of this movie, a family movie.
It's a werewolf movie. You're right.
Through becoming an animal, he kind of repairs his family life.
Yeah, by peeing on trees. He doesn't do that in this movie.
Yeah,
He
so
doesn't
why'd
pee.
you bring it up, you doofus?
Because he ran past a tree. He should be peeing on every tree.
He's sniffing around.
Well, when he's a dog, he kind of has more sense about what to do because he's not acting like
But
a
when
dog.
he's his human self, he's more
Like, I'm gonna lick
instinctively
everything.
dog.
Yeah, so here he's trying to open a doorknob.
Yep.
And then he can't
You
figure out
can't
why.
because he's a dumbass.
Oh yeah, I'm a dog.
What was that accent? Oh yeah, I'm a dog. Like, hey Tony, come over here.
I don't know time. You've got an American flag.
No, American flag. Yeah. He's got American. All houses in America just have American flag. Okay, this is the part where I'm like, okay, she's his daughter, and he's her father, and he's being all like, yeah, I like that, and then I'm like, oh no,
That's a little
your
creepy.
daughter, bro.
See, he realizes that as well.
So does he have a dog penis when he's a man? Like, so
I guess it would
is
depend-
it innie and it's red?
Is the idea
Lipstick.
is the idea that he becomes an exact clone of the dog, or is he just the same breed?
He's exact clone of the dog.
So it would depend on whether that 300-year-old dog was ever neutered.
No, I think he wasn't.
Well, if it's 300 years old, I think it would have
Because he was living in Tibetan monks the whole time. Like, he didn't travel around Europe.
Mhm.
He's not like he went, oh, let's go to the neutering farm. Like, fucking hell.
Which, if they even did that 300 years prior.
Funny fact, in the end credits, they spell it with Scrabble tiles. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, they
been.
did.
I like that.
It's cute. I stayed to the end credits and there was nothing. And I was
No
very
cheat codes?
That's disappointing.
Oh my god. At the end of Scooby-Doo 2,
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo's playing like a Game Boy and he teaches you the cheat code to Scooby-Doo the Game Boy game.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
Game Boy
like that.
Advance.
He's like, Game Boy, and he's like, Scooby-Doo!
Game Boy Advance cheat code. It was ST2.
Really hard to crack that one. Oh, here's this chick that we never see again. Like, I like
You
the
see
idea
her in
that
the protest earlier.
Yeah,
when
but we
they're
never
lying
see her
down.
after this.
Yeah. Well, maybe this dog scared her off.
it did, and she was. I love. He's just like, you went to band camp. You're a good girl. Yeah, but that's in the porno version too. Kate's just like, Ryan, please. I watched the porno version and it's not that interesting. Calm down.
Yeah, the daughter never got a tattoo.
I like how later she realizes that that was an overreaction. Like later on, she makes like a post-it.
How old is she?
She's supposed to be like 16, I imagine. Like she looks like she's supposed to be 16.
Yeah.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say any older.
Well, you'd
She looks
assume to be
exactly
driving.
like the girls in Bend It Like Beckham.
Keira Knightley was 16 years old at Bend It Like Beckham.
Was she actually 16?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
And that's why it was very, very wrong
Yeah.
for me to make so many sexual comments about how
And the main girl was like
sexually
25.
Hmm.
The biggest
She
shit
was
of that
26.
movie. Yeah.
Yes. They were like 10 years different, but they were supposed to be playing the same age. It's like, you know, Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
His best friend.
Mm.
He was 30 years old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And yet Matthew Broderick is the one who's aged worse.
Yeah.
That guy just got white hair and that's it. Like, that's how he's aged.
It's always funny when you watch things from the 50s, like Teenagers from Outer Space, and they're clearly played by, like, decades.
Oh, Teenagers from Outer Space.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's funny enough.
Was Tim Allen in it?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
You could-
man,
that
wasn't
movie-
the best movie ever made.
Well, so to give you an idea of how good that movie was, you could unlock it in the game Destroy All Humans.
Right. Hey, I like how he has a sassy black friend.
Do you
Yeah.
think that she likes him?
No, I think she doesn't like him.
No.
I
Like,
think
I couldn't...
she's like, you suck.
Yeah,
Get
I
away
couldn't
from
tell,
me.
because in this shot right here, she's about to punch him, and, like, I couldn't tell if that was, like,
Nothing
she's
but
a
mouth.
bully,
That's
she's,
all
like, a
that.
rival? What is she?
She's his friend trying to encourage him to be honest and be himself.
Yeah, but
because he's
she's-
living a lie. But then she's like, just because you think you're the best doesn't mean you're going to get the part.
Yeah, she's...
Don't
Yeah.
get too cocky just because you're the best.
Yeah, it seems like she wants him to go for it and fail.
Weren't you a kid? But it's like you always wanted your friends to do something stupid. I still do that now. It's like I got Kate on here.
I thought you were going to make a joke about me being the co-host or
Thanks.
something.
Thanks. Yeah. So, oh my god, it's a trap. So dumbass brigade are just testing on this poor innocent
The
dog.
dog's wearing a nozzle so he doesn't pick up a syringe again.
He's wearing a what?
Wearing a nozzle.
Oh, I thought you like wearing a nuzzle. I'm like, no, you nuzzle someone.
Nozzle.
Muzzle.
It's like an anti-nuzzler.
It's like look how she's just like, get the cow. Look, she's always pouting. I didn't notice that.
See?
I could not
But
notice
she-
her stupid blonde hair.
But she pouts in such a way where, you know when you're trying to be like, play a
Sexy,
bad character?
yeah.
She does it in a way that it's sexy.
Like,
And that kind
like I could fuck you in the cow. That's also in the border.
well, she speaks in such a way like that as well.
She is.
Dude, you never talk about the Scooby-Doo porno in the Scooby-Doo episodes.
Oh yeah. Too late now.
Yeah.
That would have been when Sam Noonan would have been on, I guess, that we had for Surf Ninjas. Short version is there's Scooby-Doo porno out there. There's many. Go find them. There's a Shaggy Dog one, so enjoy that. Tim Allen gets naked quite a lot in this movie.
Yeah, not really by choice.
I like Bartek like, yeah, not by choice. Duh, obviously.
Imagine if
It's not
when
like
he
Tim
did
Allen
turn
just whips
into a
his
dog.
dick out. Like,
Imagine if he, you know how every time he turns into a dog, he loses his clothes because they don't fit him because he's a dog. Imagine if when he did shrink back down to the dog, the clothes would fit him as well, and he's walking around in little business suits.
that
Wouldn't
sounds
that
like
just
the
be the
best
cutest?
movie
Yeah,
ever.
there is
Kate,
one.
this is why I bring you on. You come up with the cutest movie idea.
There is one part where the clothes do shrink with
Yes,
him.
it does, and it makes no sense.
Yeah, but the rest of it, no. It's when he's wearing the blue gown.
Okay, you know
Oh,
what
yeah.
character you would be in this movie?
What would
You'd
I
be
be?
the mum. Because she
Why?
was just like, oh my god, he's wearing glasses. Cute! And you're just like, how cute would it be if he wore
He's
human clothes and went to
cute.
human work? like,
Oh.
I always like those
But see, I
ideas of
wouldn't have done this
movies.
though. The dog would have slept in the bed with me.
No, but she said he can't because
What?
Tim Allen will get very angry.
And at this point, she's seen that the dog's bitten someone, so I
It's
don't know.
bitten Tim Allen. So imagine if, okay, Kate, imagine if you got bitten violently and horrifically by the dog and you came home to bed and your partner in this universe, who is, let's say, Tim Allen,
Okay.
is, and he's okay with the dog, he's sitting in bed laying with it and the dog's laying on your pillow.
Yeah, that would be...
Blood still stained on its teeth. Yeah, would you be happy?
No, not really.
Exactly. Fuck that dog.
So the final question that I wanted to point out on this show
is it
is
a
there,
bear?
this question, even the question itself is kind of, oh, okay. What does Dave turn from a dog back into?
Oh, I don't know, a fucking antelope.
Yeah, so obviously the answer is man.
I like if someone answered
I
that
think the
wrong.
answer would be Tim Allen.
But if you
Roll
were,
gag. Just saying.
but you would be wrong if you,
Kinky.
Kinky.
but you would be wrong if you answered one of the other questions, which are sloth, lizard, and mummy.
Imagine if this was like, cause it's only a Wolfman movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know how studios have been trying to make you know, like how Marvel and all the comic books have a universe, right?
Mhm.
The movies have been trying to make classic Hollywood monster movie universes, like I, Frankenstein and Dracula Untold and all that, and they
Yeah,
failed.
yeah.
Wouldn't it be weird if this was actually that movie universe? Like Tim Allen's like the Wolfman, and then like, you know, Brendan Fraser is the Mummy,
Well,
and
you've already said it's tied into Better Call Saul.
it's already tied into Better Call Saul, so... Oh my god! And Tim Allen was in a superhero movie, so they're all connected. Have you seen that thing? I know it's unconnected, but there's this thing online, the theory that, what's his name, Michael Cera?
Yeah.
He's always playing like himself in movies, right? Like he's always very
The
similar.
awkward teenager.
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
interesting if he was quantum leaping, in which it's actually he keeps waking up in a different person's body, so he has to try and figure out who he is. It's like, okay, who's Ellen Page to me? Okay then, and it's like this idea that he's like some space traveler, and he's always the same person in each movie, and he has to try and fix the situation for the better or worse.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then it's like, but is he still Michael Cera, or is he
Or
actually
is he
like
someone else?
someone else who's being called Michael Cera? Like, well, that's the question. Sorry, we just missed one of the best jokes in the movie because it wasn't a joke.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, sorry, I left my car at what was it, at the animal
Yeah,
at the
Animal Place.
animal
Yeah,
place,
sure.
and she goes, huh, I thought you were getting it fixed.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
she's like, and then she's
I
like,
remember that.
then she's like, and Tim Allen just looks at her
That
like,
actually went completely over my head when I watched this.
but now you get it.
I get it.
You
This
get
is
it.
one of my favourite parts, actually.
Where dogs sniff spots.
I like the fact
Not necessarily the butt sniffing.
Is
Yeah.
it Danny Glover's in this movie? So this is also connected to Lethal Weapon and Predator 2.
No, it's
Dog sniffing butt.
No, it's just a person.
Is it Tim Allen squatting?
Yes.
It is.
Sit. I was talking to the dog.
Oh,
my one is the
really?
fact that no one is stopping the dog.
I'm not laughing like.
Yeah, you
sniffs
got
Tim
something
Allen's
up in
butt.
there?
You got something up
Oh, his cap says canine.
You know what? Yeah, because they're dogs.
Yeah, I know.
Duh, like, makes sense. They're dog people. Wouldn't it be great if this was like, you know, Bartek, if instead one of these guys was the guy from Big Fat Liar who picks up Paul Giamatti. He's like, they didn't tell me nothing about picking up a little blue man. Wouldn't it be great if it was one of those, that guy, in this movie, and he's now got a dog, and he just like makes that joke about like, something must be up there. Oh, he must have been good in the sack with that tongue. Tim Allen's large tongue. Look at it.
It's just,
Kate, would that not be amazing?
look, it creeps me out a little bit.
But
For all the children listening, he's talking about oral sex.
I'm talking about oral sex, which Kate thinks is creepy.
No, just the
Unfortunate.
length of the tongue is creepy. I feel like it would be alright.
And that doesn't come out.
If only you guys could see her face. She's like dead serious. Like before, she's been smiling, giggling throughout, like, oh, this is fun. But then now it's like, it'll be alright. Like, dead serious.
The length of that tongue doesn't really come back, does it?
No,
it's the
you
only
thought
time
it
you see her.
would if he's in court and his tongue just flops out. And he's like, "Bleh." But no.
What does he?
no.
Does he just growl again in this scene?
He growls a lot in this
That's pretty much
scene.
all he does.
In the court, all he does is growl. No, what he does is he keeps barking at her. Like, not barking, but he's just like yelling a lot. Yeah.
Mm.
Counselors approach. Oh,
Oh,
this
he
is
does
when
the
he
head
puts
tilt, the what?
the head. But
confused.
Tim Allen does that naturally, so I don't think he's
I
acting.
feel like it's emphasized though, because he
yeah,
had that look
it's
about
because
him.
it's his face. He's like, I'm Tim Allen. Look at him, he looks so sad. Like, give him a pat.
What did I do wrong?
Give him a pat, Jane
I'm
Curtin.
sorry.
We had a class in our first year of university.
Was
All-
it
all-
dog class?
No, all three of us. We had the class that we had to take an animal and use its
Oh yeah,
use its features into a human.
Principles
So,
of live performance.
yeah, so we adapted not features but like mannerisms of an animal into a person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lots of actors do
So Tim Allen would probably be very good
that.
in
In
that
sack,
class.
yeah. oh, in class. I imagine Robert Downey Jr. 's playing. He's the animal I think he's playing. Fallen Hollywood star that's trying to make it back again. That's what I think he's playing.
It's a very specific animal, and I think
yeah.
you're right.
There's a bit earlier that I literally think he's not acting. There's a bit earlier that we missed where he was like, Tim Allen's like outside with him in the protesters. He's giving him the
Oh,
lesson.
and he just says something.
No, he goes to shake his hand and he just goes, I'm good, and walks away.
No, he's like, we've already shaken, wasn't it?
No. He goes to shake his hand and he goes, I'm good, and just walks away. And I just imagine the director going, okay, cut. Robert, that wasn't in the script. Robert, come back. Where are you going? Just hear him get in his car and just like, I'm done. And just like, I'm going to be in another movie. And just like, hear him drive. I was like, okay, he's not coming back.
No.
This teacher freaks me out. She's scary looking. She's got weird cheekbones that make her eyes look terrifying.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Have you not
Yeah, she does
noticed?
have
Noticing
very
it
high
now?
cheekbones.
Look, and they're so rounded, and they're
Yeah.
like, she looks like
Oh.
she would rip off her face mask and she was an alien underneath it, and she's like,
Mm.
"Ah!" Like, even that, because she eats, and it's very disturbing.
So yeah, the closer you get of her eating her lunch is very creepy.
Do you mind if I just eat? Yes, I do. You're a teacher. Screw you guys are being teachers, right? Both of
Yes.
you. Would you do this in a parent-teacher interview?
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
Tim Allen's a
unprofessional.
fucking lawyer, for a start.
Well, yeah, exactly. You want to make a good impression.
Oh, look at that. Would you eat that?
It does look like a pretty good sandwich.
It looks like a banging sandwich.
A banging sandwich.
It's also
I
a
like
porno. This scene is food porn, and oh my
There's
god!
a
look,
food
wait,
fetish
wait,
scene?
look! I like how this part she smiles. That's so
Who smiles
terrifying.
with their mouth open,
It's so
full of food?
terrifying. I'm scared. And then she's like, "Do you want some?" And he's like, no, I better not." Like, we're here talking about Josh. That's right, you son of a bitch.
Mhm.
One of the last lines in the movie Troll 2, which has a main character named Josh, is "Want some?"
It's like if I just said. Yeah, so there's a line in the movie Schindler's List where a character says, as. I mean, it's pretty similar. He just said, what?
Well, she just said "Want some?" Then he's like, "No, we're talking about Josh."
Yes, I get what you're talking about. It's just like, nowhere.
You know, this is one of my favourite scenes purely because of the song that they've chosen to play in the background.
You mean, who let the dogs
Who
out?
let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Tim Allen.
Tim Allen let the dog out.
He runs more like a spider than a
I was
dog.
getting more of like a leopard sort of vibe.
No, spider. Like, spider.
See,
Could
he's
you
very
imagine?
broad. He can't do the running. He's too broad.
He's in a suit, that's why.
And that wouldn't be healthy. He'd be very restricted.
Yeah, it would tear eventually.
I'm
I like-
surprised it hasn't.
No, his tongue does come back, because look at him here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bartek.
there it is.
He loves some wetness with that tongue.
Moist.
Like, that's all you had to say, Kate, was just
Moist.
You can dye that into pussy.
I feel really sorry for this grandma.
I
She's
can
just
see
stuck in
her.
a tree.
I can see her stockings.
I would have loved it if that when the grandma was launched, there was like a crowd cheering like a football game.
It would have been like, oh, like what was it, Mole Man? Like hit and groin by football.
Man gets hit by.
I like this guy's genuinely disappointed when they take his piece of bread. He's like, this is why I come here. And he's like, oh my god!
My
Like,
bread, it's gone.
like this guy just deserves to die,
I
doesn't
know,
he?
he's such a prick.
Like, and here's the thing, he hasn't
No,
even
I
done
really
any.
like his dog.
He hasn't done anything to actually be a prick.
No.
Like, all he's done
Yeah.
is his dog's peed. That's it.
And he was lecturing people about their pruning.
And that's it. Like, oh, that's not terrible.
He's just a little bit of a wanker.
Just like he's an ordinary wanker.
Yeah.
It's like when somebody
He's-
says to you, "Oh, you know, can you like, could you like put that in the bin?" You're like, "Oh, they don't deserve to get fucking in a car wreck."
He's a brat.
He's a Brad.
Yeah.
Brad in general, or
The
just,
kind of character who's pretty smarmy and like talks about he's better than you.
is that a name for those characters?
No,
Or you just got a friend called Brad, and you're like, "Fuck Brad."
no, I don't
Brad,
know.
if you're listening, fuck you.
Fuck you, Brad.
Now, there's a cat in this movie,
Yes, there is.
and dogs don't like cats.
No.
But he did not try and eat that cat.
Well, he was
When
chasing
he was a dog. Oh, that's right. When he's a dog, he's human. And when he's a human,
He's
he's a dog.
it. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Here's what I understood. I thought, for some reason, is the other dog a human who's stuck as a dog?
I think he is.
But
because he
they
doesn't have
never
a name.
explain. Yeah, he has
You
an
never
Asian.
understand
he has
why
an
he's lived
Asian
for
name.
300 years.
No, they
No,
say
they
that
do,
they
like,
say it's a genetic mutation.
It's a genetic mutation. So dogs in human years are what, like 7 years?
Yeah,
Like,
so it's
7
one
big
human
years.
year is 7 years, dog years.
yeah. So, Robert Downey Jr. I love it. I've done it. Yeah, I'm gonna go something. I love when the dog escaped earlier, and they're like, "We're gonna look for him in new places. You're gonna look for him in new places, are you?" It's like, we probably should. Yeah, don't look for him in old places.
I
You
like
look
how
there.
he really justifies the fact that he does nothing in this job. Because when that dog, he'd run out and escaped, he just stood there and watched it going,
Yeah, exactly.
that's your problem now.
He's a real boss.
Well, he
I
probably-
believe him.
He probably heard that it's a trap,
Now,
so he
Hey,
didn't move.
you've had many jobs in which you've had to work for evil scientists,
Yes.
like Robert Downey Jr. Is he accurate?
Yes, I think he's fairly accurate.
Yes. Yep, fairly accurate.
That is
like,
the answer.
Like, have you worked for Robert Downey Jr.?
No, not yet. I
Not
would
yet.
like to.
Not yet. It's quite a long line.
Could be a few years yet.
I love the fact that at the start, like for a good portion of this film, they took, like, some could argue, Ryan, maybe it's too long for them to reveal it, but I think it's perfect. That the kid is not into football. Because for quite some time I'm like, oh yeah, that kid's into football. But they didn't reveal it till very late in the game. And it's like,
Yeah,
they
we're
did
over
take a
halfway
while
through the
with it.
movie.
and it's like,
Because-
oh, he doesn't like it. Okay. I was actually like, oh, okay, I guess he likes it. Maybe I'm just profiling tubby kids. Like, maybe he really does like it. But I guess I'm the one with the eggs on my face in this episode. But then I'm like,
I
oh
love the
no.
way he runs, though.
Yeah, that's how I run.
Me too.
Stop copying me, Kate.
Sorry.
So you accusing her of copying when you use my egg line?
Fuck you, Bartek, it's my egg line. I invented eggs. What came first? Chicken or the egg? Me inventing the egg line, that's the answer.
See, this is me playing sport. I got no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah. I like how Tim Allen did try and explain that he was a dog. Like, but you know that can come across as, right? Like, if I walked up to you and I was your husband, Kate,
Mm-hmm.
and I came home at 3 at night, naked,
Yeah.
looking like a wreck, and you're like, where were you? I could perfectly explain it, honey. I'm a dog. That's not going to come across very well.
just get
that
the
happens
fuck
like
out.
every time something awkward like that is in the movie. It's always like I turned into. They just explain it straight up, like go to the conclusion.
But
like,
it's
oh,
not
yeah, we just-
believable.
Yeah. He's
Be
like,
like-
what do you expect? Give some more context.
Be like, honey, you know that dog Shaggy that I don't like? He bit me, right? And I think I've been infected with something that has made me sick, and that's why I've been away. And then you slowly explain to her that you're a dog, and you can prove it by by proving what you witnessed when you were a dog. You couldn't know that because you weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would honestly make more sense if he like waited for the kids to wake up, because he literally had things that he knew that.
Yeah, but he didn't know how long he was going to be a dog until he was going to be a dog.
Because he
at
hasn't
this
yet
point,
figured
he
out
hasn't
how to
figured
turn
out-
into a dog or out of a dog.
He hasn't figured out that it's a heart rate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if he gets accelerated heart rate, dog. If he has calm down, which is why he gets into sleep. But I was sitting here and we're watching it with a former guest, Luke Peverill. And Luke says like, oh, what's he gonna do? Hey, honey, it's 3 a.m. and I turned into a dog. And then literally she's like, honey, it's 3 a.m. And it's just like... and he always keeps interrupting people at like 3 a.m. Is 3 a.m. the only time in this universe?
Must be the only time he wakes up.
This chick is so sassy. She's like, I'm on my bike. I'm out of here. Like, I've had enough. And also the director's like, cut. Could you come back?
You need
Please?
to be sassier.
You need to be sassy. Okay. Bye. And then you see she gets a lift from Robert Downey Jr. and he's like, let's go. And they go to a new film in which it's like this movie, but there's a dog and he wears human clothes and he goes to human work.
That's pretty funny, Ryan.
And I imagine it's like a Marlon Wayans movie. Yeah, Marlon Wayans plays the dog,
Pretty
and
funny.
Robert Downey Jr. is his dad. Because I imagine like Robert Downey Jr. is like, I'm sick of playing young, hip guys. Give me grey hair, I'll be a dad.
I can do it.
Yeah. So, Bartek,
That's me.
did this movie make you feel? Did it make you cry, make you laugh? Did it evoke those emotions in you that the film wanted to try to evoke? And more.
It really taught me the true meaning of family.
And Christmas.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. Is it weird that we never see Grant in this movie from Grant and Strickland?
I was thinking that earlier. I guess it is kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Is Strickland the name of the propane company that Hank Hill works for in King of the Hill? I work for Strickland Propane.
I don't know, because when I think Strickland, I think Back to the Future.
Oh, who's on Strickland?
He's the principal, the bald one who never
Oh,
had
yeah.
hair.
And he's never changed in what universe he's
Yeah.
on.
And he's not into people drinking, but in the second review, he actually drinks.
Now, okay, you've done musical theatre.
Yeah.
You don't sing, though, do you?
I'm not a good singer.
Would you say that kid was a good singer?
I think for his age, he's actually alright without unassuming any training.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, this woman. This is a single woman's best friend, like a book.
Yeah.
Do you do this to other women? Because
No.
you're single, right? Like, do you
I
just
am.
walk up to people and be like, you should have bought a book. It's a woman's best friend. To random strangers, like, I'm not single.
Well, it's better than me doing it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't tend to do things
But that would have
like
been more sexual.
Hey, babe, read a book. It's your best friend.
And then you're like, are you single? No, I'm married. Oh, you're gonna be single.
So
and
this-
then you, like, give her a wink. Now,
So the doggy got flowers and he got him wrapped.
Now, if I was our anniversary, guys, like both of you, I want to hear both your takes. Now, I didn't make it in person, but I sent the dog that bit me that I have no affection for to you with a bundle of roses.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
I wouldn't break into tears like she clearly is.
I just would break into tears. So, but how would you feel though? Would you be angry with me? Would you be happy
I'd
with
be
me?
so angry.
Why? Isn't it a grand gesture that I brought a dog that I hate with flowers to you?
I think that's cute, but at the same time, you were supposed to be there and you weren't. I hadn't heard from you, so I'm shitty at you now.
Yeah, pretty much. No anniversary sex.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be delighted, but I'd be wondering, what is all this about?
Wouldn't you think, I was really put in effort?
I wouldn't be jumping to the conclusion that, I don't know, everything is going wrong.
Yeah, I wouldn't think, oh, the marriage is
Because it's
broken
not like,
now.
because it's
Well,
not,
but you think about the past couple of days that they've had as well.
And he's
So
like, I'm a dog.
but specifically, if he did that, he wouldn't have forgotten.
No, he's
So
not.
that means that there would have to be a reason. It's not like, I hate you, so I didn't go, or I forgot. It's kind of like some weird...
I turned into a dog and I couldn't actually go in the restaurant.
Yeah, but, whatever. No, I think, for me, I'm like, if I was her, I'd be like, whoa, okay, like, I'm annoyed that he's not here. but he must have really tried because he's managed to train a dog that he hates to come to me.
Well, I
with
wonder how
flowers.
the hell did the dog know where to go?
Yeah, that's what I'd be questioning.
Yeah.
And then also be like, where were you? Because you must have been close by to drop that dog off.
Yeah, why couldn't you go?
So yeah, I wouldn't jump to the conclusion that everything's going wrong with my relationship. It's just like, what is going on?
yeah, exactly. And then I like how he's come to the realization there's no bad dog, he's a bad man. I like that line. That should have been on the poster. Like, he's no bad dog, he's a bad
Yeah, so-
man.
and that
that's also on the poster.
And that relates to what I was talking about with the message of this film. Through him going through this conflict of becoming a dog, he's becoming slowly a better person.
You know what I realized about the porno version? It's furries.
What, so people dressed in
Yeah, because it's a shaggy dog. What else would it be?
bestiality?
But he's a dog man, so it would be furries and bestiality. Like how Bartek, we was like, bestiality, and you stopped groaning in disgust. Like, you're like, furries, bestiality. You're like, that's okay.
I don't like either of them.
Like
Yeah,
how,
nor I.
like how Bartek's like, yeah, nor I. Like, yep, that's not me. If I came to your house, and you were my boss, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning, and I told you the guy was innocent, would you just slam the door in my face?
Fuck off, go back to sleep.
But he's so formally dressed like Danny Glover. Also, Danny Glover's in this movie. Like, why is he here? They literally waste his time. Like, I know, greatest film ever made, and he's perfectly cast, but I feel like we could have had more Danny Glover.
I really think that too, yeah. He just kind of, he's a filler.
I guess he's too old for this shit. That's a quote from Lethal Weapon.
Too old for that shit. I haven't seen anything like that.
There's many of them to see. There's like 4.
I haven't seen
Mel
anything.
Gibson's in them.
Yeah?
You did not know that?
Well, I think I did. I haven't seen the movies.
It says pop culture phenomenon. It's like if I just turned to you and went, oh, you know Casablanca. And you're like, I haven't seen it. Like, Humphrey Bogart's in it. I guess I'll have to take it away. Yeah. So, Bartek, anything that you viewed from this movie that really stuck with you? Any moment in it that you felt like, yeah, that's the defining feature of the film? Was it Frog Dog?
No, well, to be fair, when we brought up which was it ugliest or scariest or
Yeah,
creepiest?
Frog Dog.
I just went with, I guess that one because it looked weird. It's not like I have any sort of negative affection towards it.
Yeah, but is it one thing that makes the movie for you even better? Frog Dog.
Well, no, like Kate said, I picked a snake, if anything, but...
Yeah, but what's a scene, a moment, a little gem from this gem that you like?
A little gem that I like from this gem that I like.
Yeah. That's like within a gem within a gem. It's Inception.
Genocide.
That got inspired by this. Just saying.
No, that's a good question, because I definitely really like the finished product. But is there one moment that really stuck out?
Stuck out?
Stuck out.
Yeah,
Poop! Go on.
stuck out to I.
Like, who?
I get it now, because it's the third time we said it.
We're on the third. What I love is this guy's like, do I look like I need $5? No, you look like you need like more than $5, buddy. You're wearing a fucking pie tray on your head.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Oh, it's more like a lasagna tray, if anything.
Some sort of baking tray.
Yeah, it's a foil thing.
Yeah, go on, Bartek. What's your favorite gem within a gem?
Rubies. Nah, it'd be emeralds, I was lying. I'm sorry for lying, everyone. I'll make a public apology on the page. Just like how you all comment on the page.
Yeah, just can't stop all the comments.
I love this
flowing.
bit. Drop the stick.
I like how you love it.
I love it because he's stupid. Like a
Well,
dog.
it was funny, so why wouldn't we love it? Ryan, you wet blanket.
Well, you never told us your favorite moment within the moment. Mine's, oh my god, it's a trap. The Dumbass Brigade are like so ludicrous. Like, she's always like, down doggy. Like,
She's
she's
too
so
sexual for the role.
sexual. No, she's perfect for the role. Like, I said that she's one of the worst actors I've ever seen in movies, but they're great. Like, Robert Downey Jr.'s hammering this up. But could you imagine this was something that, like, he could have done more of? Like, if there was more
I think he makes a really good villain as well.
Yeah, like look at him here. He fucking remember what he does to this guy? This elevates his movie to like an R rating.
I know, it just shit just got real.
Oh god, and they don't resolve this either, do
No,
they?
no. At the end, he's still paralyzed and is like pretty much going through the symptoms of dementia.
Yep.
That's fucked. And he's just like, look at him. He's like, prepare to die, you old son of a bitch.
And the
You don't
fact
even
that
kill
this
him.
lasts like a couple of months as well, like that's
Yeah,
a
like
really long
it's like
time.
I think it was like 8 months or something. But like, also, he's squirming for an incredibly long time. Like, oh my god, this is so evil. Like, this is more evil than anything in Iron Man.
Mm.
I love, just like, he hates him so much. Like, look at him. Fuck, Kate,
And I
hate you. That's something like
See,
out of Mean Girls.
No, I was getting a School of Rock vibe. You're tacky and I hate you.
I like, look at him, he's completely dead now. Like, he's like, oh no, you're accessory. And Larry, that's his name by the way, the dumb guy. He's like, oh no, I'm just gonna hold this face for the entire scene. They think it's dementia. It's so freaking okay.
In a few months.
In a few months, I thought it was like 8 for some reason. Okay, fun fact: I looked up Robert Downey Jr. in this movie, and apparently somebody's made a compilation of the fact that Robert Downey Jr. wears his wristwatch inwards in all of his movies.
Huh.
He doesn't wear it like the normal way. He usually tries to have it turned inwards.
So you look at it like that.
Yeah, so you look at it like at your inner, the inner.
So you look
Oh,
at
I
your
see.
palm facing up.
Yeah, palm. So he has that in real life and in all of his movies.
Hmm.
That's just how Robert Downey Jr. likes watches.
One thing that I enjoyed reading was in one of the Avengers movies that he's done. They're in the Hulk's little lab.
Yeah,
area.
and he's hidden blueberries.
And he's hidden blueberries and he
so he
just
can
starts
eat
eating
during
them.
them.
So, but what happened is that the directors told him not to do it, but he kept doing it anyway.
And it was best.
But he hid it so well that no one could find it, so
Other
they
than
never
Robert.
knew in the set when he was going to whip out some blueberries.
You know the TV show Game of Thrones?
Yes.
There was a character in it, Oberyn Martell.
Mhm.
He just fucking loves berries and grapes, and like there's scenes where they have to refill them because he ate all of them, and there was ludicrous amounts, and he was just so happy because he loves grapes. And I love that guy. Oh, this is like, why are you sending them? They've failed you so many times before. Like, yet again, they did get the dog back, so I guess that's enough. Oh, I'll explain everything soon. If I let that letter on your pillow, but how do you feel?
But like, Ryan doesn't know where I live.
Oh, I don't know. She's got some good boob there.
And also-
Just saying.
Also, I'm not
She
like...
breathed in so you could see more. That's a little tip that is always good. Go on, Bartek, I don't know where you
Nah,
live.
fuck me. Who cares what I say? Just, move on to whatever.
Fuck you, I don't want to, thank you.
I'm good.
I'm good, I've had enough porno jokes. But my ad, I'm gonna post this on the page, but somebody, you know how they get posters and they like edit the word, like the letters on the poster to write something else, and
Yeah,
they might
yeah.
add some duplicate. Somebody made this poster, I shagged the dog. It's like the picture of the poster where the dog has human eyes, and it looks really worried.
So, hold
There
on.
is a bit where you see the dog with Tim Allen's
And it
eyes.
freaks me out.
It's super creepy.
I'm like, is this a Cronenberg movie?
Well,
Like,
just to jump back a bit, when we saw Baxter's yard, did they ever explain what happened to his thing?
Tim Allen used all the roses to write "I
On the
love
bed?
you"
I love you?
in rose petals on her bed.
Oh!
That she totally wouldn't have ruined by just sleeping and
Yeah.
rolling.
Okay, I never connected that.
Bartek, this movie is so well done that you cannot.
What's
connect.
that thing you always used to say? Multi-layered?
Like an onion. Multi-layered. Now, this film is a multi-layered film. I mean, what character, honestly, if you thought about your personality, who would you be in the movie? What character would you be?
I
Silence.
would say that as I say the word I.
I love you. Go on.
Ryan, that's gay.
Oh,
It's not okay to
homophobic.
say that's gay.
Yeah, dude. Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't stand for this. My ad. Stephen Fry once asked Robert Downey Jr. if he could name his son Uppy.
I'll be down, Junior.
Say this without Junior.
I'll be down.
His last name isn't Down. It's Robert Downey. Uppy Downey.
Oh,
But who would you be in this movie, Butter?
I would be... characters. I don't know. They're all so unlike me. Do you think I'd be like anyone in this movie?
Yeah.
Who do you think I'd be?
You're definitely the son.
Son.
See,
You
that's the
love
one I relate
Brie.
with the most.
You're the son? No,
Yeah.
okay, no. No, okay, you're the evil female scientist who's just too sexy and evil. Like, you're the girl who will be like, down, doggy, for no reason. Yep, that's exactly. I would be, of course, Danny Glover. If you wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll slam a door in your face. And also, I'm a handsome black man. In case you couldn't tell by
we
my
all-
voice and my Polish name.
But we established earlier that I'm a bear, so why would I be the son?
Because the son's a bear. He's just
not
not a
hairy.
full-grown man yet.
He's not hairy. Bears have to be hairy.
But
Yeah,
he's not
but-
fully grown.
He's not fully grown, man. Plus, we don't know
And
what's in
I'm
his
not fully grown?
I don't know, are you?
I don't know, that's what the guys tell me.
Flexing.
Don't flex your muscles at me.
He's flexing at me, Kate. Stop being so
He was
freaking
looking at
self-important.
me.
He looks at you, but his muscles are looking at me. See, so, you know, that's how it goes. So, Shaggy here. Also, might I add, Shaggy's the name of a character in Scooby-Doo, so it's set in the same universe.
Yeah,
Bam.
I made that reference already, Ryan.
Tough. I'm making it again. I like how they can understand him, but, like, here's what I got confused. He's, like, saying stuff, and they're responding to him, but they can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah,
they're
that
just reading
confused
at
me
him.
as well.
Like, they're like, and he's like, deal? And he's like, deal. It's like, how do you know? I don't know. Like, deal?
Because
It's
this-
a deal.
Because they're smart, Ryan.
Your
Unlike you.
Carly's her name, so I was like, is this iCarly? as well? So, I don't know.
Fuck, dude, that was a great joke.
It wasn't a joke, it was just a statement of fact. Oh, this dog has a bandage on his fucking head.
I actually love that dog. He's so cute.
There is a neck brace.
I want to take him home.
I thought for some reason this was now a sci-fi movie when that happened. I'm like, I don't know what.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that? Because that thing's been used multiple times, and
and it's never had that
they,
effect.
yeah.
Mm.
I guess, but look, there's Kate with pout lips. She's even pouted when she walks.
See what I mean?
The dog's brilliant, I agree. I wonder if that dog's still alive.
Probably.
That was 10 years ago.
Could be.
Is a shaggy dog? Oh my god, these dogs are dead.
No, don't say that.
They're dead.
No.
Do you ever watch old sitcoms and hear the laughter track and think these people might be dead?
Yeah, I have that story. I'm like, I wonder if these people are still alive.
Well, these dogs are probably dead.
I'm not the type of person that really cares, so it's alright.
He's got such a puppy dog face in this scene.
He does.
What I love is, you listen to what he's saying and it's really brutal and evil, but he looks so handsome
He's
and
got
cute.
He's got a baby face in this movie.
Because he hasn't got any facial hair.
Yeah.
Like, Robert
And
Downey
he's
Jr.
actually got really big eyes as well.
He always has big eyes.
Mm.
That's from all the drugs.
Yeah, those eye-enhancing drugs. Wait, do you take the eye poppers?
No.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
You get
Kate got
wide-eyed.
tiny eyes.
That I do.
Wait to get inside your body of yours and just poke around. Ugh. Hey, if Tim Allen just bit lots of people, would that mean that there's lots of dog people? Also, by the end of this movie, they don't cure it.
No.
So that doesn't mean if he has another kid,
I wonder
if he has
dog
sex
life.
with his
I don't.
wife,
Yeah, I don't know
does
how.
she have a dog baby? Like, does she have a puppy?
Well, I'd assume
That would be creepy.
it depends on whether the gene is, recessive or whatever.
Well, no, it would because it's in his blood. It's in his genes in general.
Yeah,
so it
and
would
some
be.
genes don't get passed on.
I
So-
think it would because he has bit someone.
Well, I mean, it's not a matter of it would or wouldn't. Like, there's a chance.
Dude, you know what kind of movie this is? It's the total kind of movie where if he had sex with a chick, preferably his wife, but he is a dog, she would have a puppy. It would be like, in Benjamin Button when she gives birth to old Brad Pitt, and he comes
Yeah.
out like, imagine that, but it's a puppy man,
Yeah.
like a puppy baby, and
Do
it's
you
like,
reckon it'd be like half and half, or do you reckon it'd be all puppy?
nah, I reckon it'd be a bit of both. But maybe not half and half, like 60% human, 40% dog.
Yeah. I reckon it'd have a little tail.
And have a tail, and
Maybe some ears.
and it has like a snout.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, ooh. My favorite thing about this scene is they don't explain to the boyfriend here about anything that's gone
He
on.
just kind of goes, okay.
Okay,
It would be
your
in-
dad's been dog napped, huh?
It would
Sounds
be,
usual.
Yeah, it would be interesting to make a version of this movie from his perspective, and then just like cut to this part.
I'd like to see a movie from the judge's perspective. Like,
That would also work, yeah.
where, and it would be kind of...
Notice how that they're all meditating. The snake has actually coiled itself in a way where it looks like it's sitting cross-legged.
Aw, snakes are cool.
I like this snake.
I know. The rabbits are the best because they bark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian.
They're the Ryan characters, they bark. Look at them. They're rats. That dog has... Oh my god. Is that Tim Allen's eyes? See,
Oh,
the,
no.
the practical effects in this are so good. I mean, I believe they're really his eyes.
So creepy.
No, it's brilliant. Look at him. Look how big they are too. Oh my god, and here he goes, guys. Did it work? You're talking in English, so that's a good sign.
Well, he narrates as well, so...
Yeah, but he knows he's barking.
Well, but we have to see him first.
New problem.
No problem. I'm naked in a cage.
And I need
There's a
those
normal
keys.
Saturday night with Tim Allen. Oh my god. So, Tim Allen movies. You guys watch many?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've seen that many actually.
So, there's obviously Toy Stories, all three.
Yep, I've seen the Toy Stories. I've seen Santa Claus.
All three?
9.
What ones?
Um,
Have you seen the second one?
is that the one where Mrs. Claus is the baby?
No, that's the third one.
I've seen the third one.
Third one is, I think, where, yeah, because in the
their
second one
family
he's
comes
looking
and
for
visits.
Mrs. Claus.
Ah,
There is no
okay.
Mrs. Claus. He has
Yeah.
to have you seen it though?
Yeah, no.
And he
Vaguely.
has a replacement of himself that's like a plastic version of
Yeah.
himself, and he becomes a fascist.
Doesn't it become evil?
Yeah, he becomes
Yeah.
a fascist. No, doesn't he become evil around fascist? Oh, evil. You're right. Okay. No, I love Tim Allen movies. Have you seen Zoom, where it's a superhero Tim Allen movie? And here's my favorite part about Zoom, right? He has a beard
Yeah.
in the movie, but on all the posters, he's clean shaven. So when you see him in the movie, he has his goatee, and he's like, okay, I wasn't prepared for this. It seems like a lie, like it seems like a
Yeah.
trick. It's like if this poster was a shaggy dog, but he never turns into a dog, he turns into a bear. I love that, Bartek, that he's a bear. So there were no other facts that you found about this movie?
No, I didn't really find anything that
I
interesting.
tried
mainly...
also, and there was barely any facts about this movie, which is good because some movies are obscure.
Yeah, I mean, I did look at the trivia section on IMDb, but there wasn't really
There was like
anything
two things.
There was like, oh, Tim Allen and the son were in, the Santa Claus or whatever,
Yeah.
and that was about it.
But that frog dog?
It's creepy.
Why is it a different dog?
What do you mean?
It's a different type of dog. They got the DNA from this dog, but he's turned into a different breed of dog.
Probably because of the way the frog is. I'm assuming
That doesn't
he was a
make
frog
any
before he turned
sense.
into a dog.
Yes, but like, shouldn't he be a sheepdog head?
Well, you'd think so, yeah.
Why is he a-
Because the snake's got the sheepdog tail.
Like he's a bulldog, right, or whatever. Right?
Pug,
Yeah,
bulldog.
it's a-
It's a bulldog more than a pug, because he's got like a really fat head.
Maybe you get, well, it's all science fiction,
Like a
so
boxer.
so you can just say like,
Yeah.
oh, it's a mutation in the mutation. Oh.
Yeah. But Tim Allen turns into the shaggy dog.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that one wasn't a mutation. It was just a mutation.
Look at its little tail it has as well.
Imagine the shits that these animals do.
Oh, God.
Imagine it. Picture
Would
it.
they be like dog poops?
Or would they be like their normal poop, but in
Yeah.
a coil?
I feel like they'd be in a coil.
Yeah.
So, what part of the snake is where the poop comes out?
Obviously the tail.
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
So it's like semen
That's
out
right.
of dick?
Yeah, and it's like it has a brown tip. The poop. Oh, this is where it gets funny because Tim Allen's had a stiff drink. Oh wait, no, sexy. Zapped him with a sexiness.
She must be,
Sexy.
the dom.
Oh, you fuck
Oh,
yeah.
the S.
And Larry, the other one, he's
He's
like,
definitely the sub.
and he's
the
definitely the
end.
sub, and
And they're
she's just,
definitely fucking in that lab.
and then she's like, down, doggy, down. And he's like, oh my god, it's a trap.
Hold on, so they're exchanging fluids in the lab, and there was a mutation in the frog dog.
Oh my god, it's a trap.
Gross.
Bestiality.
Oh my
Which
god.
apparently we're okay with.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Always a better love
Look at
story
her,
than
she's just
Twilight.
like, she must hurt her face.
See, she's
pounding.
really getting a thing out of putting him back in the cage.
Look at her, and she's like, I like how they've come, okay, I will be honest, I like how they've come to grips with their ethical standards. So
Mm.
like, you know what, we
Yeah,
gave
she
up a long
literally
time
just said
ago.
it. We crossed that line a long time ago, Larry.
It's like, yeah, Larry, fuck you, Larry. I like how she's got her hair clearly tied back with several hair ties, as does Kate usually. But look what happens. Is this what happens, Kate, when you get electroshocked with your hair tied back? Is that the effect that goes on?
I don't think the hair would come out of the hair tie.
Are you sure? It's a pretty powerful electric shock.
I don't know, I've never been electrocuted before.
Haven't you?
No.
I thought you were
It's something
dumb.
I have not experienced.
I like that the monkey has pants.
I think one of the other animals had pants too.
Yeah, the other monkey.
Oh, sorry. The chimpanzee has pants. The other one is it's
A monkey. I like how it is a constant thing. It's like, don't call him a monkey.
Yeah.
I do like how like when he's driving with them.
See, because that one's got pants as well.
Yeah, when he's driving with them,
And
he
that's
like
the monkey that's in like all the other films ever.
Yeah, like Dr. Dolittle.
He's in Night of the Museum as well.
Go on, Barton.
No, I was just saying that no, it's okay.
Oh, she has a job, by the way. Like, I didn't know she
Yeah.
had one.
What do you think she's
Her literal
like a
job
designer?
was, I think she's like an interior designer. But this person walked up to her and went, "Do you think this black will do?" I don't know. I do not do interior. Wouldn't it be great if she's like, actually, I work for child services? Go on, Bartek.
I just wanted to say that I like in the shot where, or the scene where he's driving with all the animals, like it's coming up here, it's in the middle of this one, when he's on the phone, he really understands all the animals, like he knows about a lot of their quirks, and like, why can't you be like him, and, he just keeps talking to them, he understands that one of them gets upset when it's called a monkey instead of a chimpanzee. It's like he develops a friendship in this middle scene that we can't see between him escaping from the lab and when he calls them.
I don't get this. How come this guy can't fucking type anyway?
Well, he's meant to be.
It's a dog.
No.
But we asked before, is he actually a dog, or is he a former person that's
Well,
Well,
trapped
he's
in
got a
dog?
real name.
He's clearly not a former real person because he knows about the meditation thing and he's 300 years old and he lives with Tibetan monks.
Yeah, but that might be because he's stuck as a dog.
But he knows how to meditate.
Yes. But how
Well,
come he
he's
doesn't know how to
stuck as
type?
Yeah.
What?
How come he doesn't know how to type on the computer?
Because why would a dog know how to type?
Because we're arguing, was he always a dog, or was he like Tim Allen, and he's
Yeah,
been
and-
stuck as a dog?
And I'm saying evidently not.
Well, fuck you.
I reckon he might have been a human
No.
once.
Unless
Okay.
your argument is that they didn't have keyboards 300 years prior.
Yeah, but he should know how to type, like, out now, like, to spell. But here's something. Kate asked, oh, he's got a human, like, he's got a former name. No, that's just probably his Asian name, because he was from
Yeah,
Tibet.
it's his current name and you just don't know it because there's no name tag or whatever.
That is true. Because they just named him Shaggy because sheepdog goes
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Although, they're in the very first scene, they did have documents. It could have been written in there somewhere.
Yeah, I like at the start. Oh, this guy. Nah, this
Oh, yeah.
guy's this guy's you actually, Bartek. I think you're this guy.
I don't know. I don't think I'd be that weirded out.
I think you would, because you're like, I'm driving.
Sheepdog making
What?
another appearance.
Because you don't drive.
No, I feel like I'd be more wide-mouthed or something, or freaking out.
How is that
But,
in a
like,
car
excited.
accident?
He does get into a car accident,
No, he doesn't.
No, he just narrowly avoids
but
it.
he nearly. But that's still because people got into an accident behind him. It's his fault. It's still he got into a car accident.
He created one.
He created one, hence getting into
No,
one.
I'm talking
Oh.
about on this highway here. That guy's clearly freaking out.
Oh, that guy. He should have.
Although I will say, like, the whole movie, he, like, is not watching the road and finally something does happen.
I know. I kept yelling out, "Look at the road!"
I was gonna
He
say-
doesn't.
You asked me if I found any interesting facts. I actually did find an interesting fact that isn't really that interesting. You know how when he brakes, the car, like, screeches forward?
Yeah.
I think it was IMDb trivia page was like, that brand of car wouldn't screech forward like that.
Oh.
So there you go, there's a fact that I learned that I didn't even want to bring up. But
I like that fact actually because someone went to the Goops and just went, "Fuck you."
Well, it is
Phil."
a nice car. You don't think it would screech. Or maybe... oh.
It's a non-screechless car.
It
Screech.
wouldn't be the car with tires.
so
Screech.
does this mean that Tim Allen is to you as Dustin Diamond is to me?
No, this movie has screech in it because there's a screech from the car.
Ah, okay. But it'd rather be called Marsha.
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
Okay, whatever you
So
say.
Robert Downey Jr. is now becoming a dog.
Yeah.
He becomes a dog a lot quicker than Tim Allen. Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Yes. Tim Allen did not instantly start scratching his head like a dog. It took him like a few moments.
In defense
That's
of
true.
in defense of Kate, I think didn't he go almost straight to bed right after he got bit?
No, he was working in his office. Like in
See,
his
he
house.
came home
You are
late,
correct.
the dog bit him, then he went straight to his office to continue working.
He got bitten during the day. No, he got bitten
Although-
during like the late afternoon, early night,
was
and
like
then by
evening.
the late at night, like the kids had already gone to bed. He was exhibiting
Well,
dog behavior.
Yeah, well, I guess
That's
you could say.
true.
I guess you could say also that a few hours have passed since he got bitten. Oh no, but that doesn't apply because it happened immediately.
It
He started
happened
acting like a
immediately.
dog.
But maybe because he is not the original dog and he got bitten by another dog,
Oh,
he can
Possibly he
transfer
might be
quicker.
transferring it
Yeah,
quicker.
that's a-
Because
Good point.
viruses can do that, like you know.
Oh, and
you
this
may-
is- this
maybe
is-
it's an immune system.
This is
thing.
the only time the clothes shrink with the.
Yeah, maybe Tim Allen had a stronger immune
Well,
system
It
than
not only
Robert Downey
shrunk, it
Jr.
turned into a cake.
Oh, I wish I had a cake. Isn't this what you wanted, Kate?
Do it.
Isn't this the movie you
There's our
wanted?
Toy Story reference.
To infinity and beyond.
At this point in the movie, I was like, oh, Toy Story reference, and I'm like, oh wait, Tim Allen is Buzz Lightyear.
I had that exact same. I'm like, oh
And wouldn't it be great if, like, and then you just see a cowboy on the other bus?
yeah, there's a snake in my,
My
boot.
And it's the snake with the dog tail.
And it's really funny because it won't be voiced by Tom Hanks.
Yeah, because
It
Tom
should
Hanks
be
should have
though.
been the main character.
No, oh, I like, that was the best take you could have got from that kid. Wait, look! Good one.
Like his
kid.
only line.
No, he says a lot of. Just, that's it.
Don't you remember? He has chills and they're multiplying.
That is true.
They're out of control.
He is
Yeah.
losing control.
He's losing it. So, the mum, I wrote several times, is she even a character? Like, is she a character? And the answer, of course, is yes. She understands him after the second time saying, I love you.
Mm.
Dogs say words. You've heard dogs talk yet?
I know the Ali G
I've
skit
seen
where he said,
videos where it sounds like they talk.
But,
I get interrupted on this show a lot, don't
what
I?
are you saying? What are you saying?
You see, there's like these Vines or YouTube videos. There's this husky in particular that sounds like it's saying, "Oh, I love you."
Oh, go on, Bucket.
No, I'm just gonna make a joke. Like, there was an Ali G skit where he was like, oh, we taught a dog to say wicked by electrocuting it or something.
Oh, that's not funny. Also, his kids are seeing his penis, testicles,
And
and
they're totally
anus.
okay with that right now because they're like,
That
was
woman's
cool.
okay with it. She's like, yeah, I'm seeing Tim Allen's dick
And
right now. It's pretty good.
And like in that shot, there were like three businessmen
Oh,
talking.
and even then, sorry, even then, he said they're gonna need therapy after this.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of therapy.
Come on, bud. It's like three businessmen were
In
looking
the
at his
shot-
cock.
In the shot, like there was a background, three businessmen talking, and one of them like clearly had him in his sight, but he like didn't acknowledge it at all.
So both Kate and I were laughing because
That's
Robert
all.
Downey Jr. told to sit down, and then he sat down, and then he looked confused, like, what
No,
did I
he-
do that?
Yeah, this part is
Because
funny.
he looks like he was being told off, like, oh, I did bad, and he's like, hang on.
Like, hang on, why am I doing this?
I had that same record because at this point I kind of forgot that he's
See?
a dog.
He looks like he's having a stroke. Like,
The glasses don't suit him.
no, they do.
I don't
They
like
really
them.
do
I
suit Robert
hate
Downey
them.
Jr. No, they suit Robert Downey Jr.
Do they have a purple tint in them, or am I just
They're
making that up?
maroon
Yeah.
because it's a hint that he's going to be Iron Man. Not really, but imagine.
Right.
Well,
no, I think they really do
did
suit
Disney
him because
own-
he's a real corporate tool, and this was when Robert Downey Jr. was a real tool.
did
Yeah, no, I
did
get
Disney
that.
own Marvel at this point?
No,
Well, there you go.
they owned them after, or just
I
later.
love the puns. You are on a short leash.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
yeah, I love puns. I wrote several times. Oh, he's in the doghouse. She's suffering a serious case of puppy love. Dog cock, you know. Does he get a dog boner? Does he do it doggy style? I got really good one for when Robert Downey Jr. is a dog man later.
Dude, like the shot where he gets the tail, I imagine a lot of furries like that.
Furries love Robert Downey Jr. I love
For this movie?
in general.
Okay.
He's a lovable guy. Don't you like him?
I do like Robert Downey Jr.
Look at the jurors here. Like, one of them just looks like, I'm an extra. Look at me, Mum.
Hi, Mom. I'm in a movie.
I'm in that guy, that black guy, how he has like the most sloppily done yellow collar and tie. Like he's like, I fucking don't care. Look at him. Do you see him in the background, Bartek? Like when they cut to the jury, it's like that guy just doesn't give a shit. He's like, fuck it. I don't care about this. Look at him. He's moving in his seat and everything. He's like, like I have someone. I want to see his movie.
I've been an extra in things, and the people usually call you out on stuff. You like have to do exactly as they say, like be still and stuff.
Oh, come on! Yeah, I imagine this is what Robert Downey Jr. is
Did he say you're getting a little agitated? What's up, dog?
Yeah, I love how they. Like, I imagine this is what Robert's like when he's on drugs.
Yeah.
He's all like, no more growling in my court. I like how she's had enough. Like, can you imagine having had to be a judge and there's just constant growling in a case that doesn't even need growling? Yeah, escort him. Like, why would you, like, why not escort them both?
Loopy.
They're both gone loopy.
Yeah, but
if anything, he's gone more loopy.
But he has a responsibility as a lawyer.
Like, I'm out of here. Robert Downey Jr. is just waiting to leave. Like, he's like, finally it's over. That was a good cut, guys. No, this bit.
I love the little hand flick.
Love his face.
This part is funny.
And he's, you know what Robert Downey Jr.
He's such a playful dog as well.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Okay, this is it. That's not the only big black thing he's out of his mouth. There's a reason why they call the other guy War Machine in Iron Man. Yeah, that's right. And he's like, oh shit, you caught me with a big black thing in my mouth. Oh well, and then
Not
he just...
again.
I love what he nailed about being a dog is he gets a head wobble.
Yeah.
Tim Allen didn't do a head wobble for a dog. Like, he does a head tilt. When dogs run, they do that kind of head wobble, like,
Yeah.
That guy's like, oh no, my furry fetish is being fulfilled.
I like how he notices his tail, like, ooh, tail, better chase it.
How come Tim Allen never got a tail?
Well, he didn't gradually turn into a dog like that. It was all or
Yeah,
nothing.
He
turned into a dog,
Yeah.
He didn't have the second...
They just couldn't afford him turning into the shaggy dog, Robert Downey.
He didn't have the second degree of separation gene.
You've also got
He
to
just had the
remember
immediate
that
one.
Tim Allen was bitten directly by the dog, whereas...
He got bitten by Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Wait, look at this. Oh, we going outside?
That face he makes you feel
Yeah.
gagged off, I remember that.
Okay, can I just say something?
No, but yeah, go ahead.
Iron Man's in this movie. Like, can you believe that someone was like, okay, he made this movie, he's gonna be Iron Man now.
Let's make him Iron Man.
Iron Man. They drove here, Bartek.
I don't
How
know
did they
what-
do
no,
that?
how they got here.
That face from her was perfect.
Because he left the little monkey in charge, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's probably his fault.
because the chimpanzee's too crazy.
Crazy to do anything. Danny Glover in this movie, all of them. So somebody went, look, if you were back here, I honestly think, oh, well, Robert Downey Jr. just finished his career. Like, he was great in this movie, but it's not
He
like you're
was.
thinking, oh, he's going to be the next blockbuster superstar actor again.
No.
You're like, oh, he's going to be stuck in these great unappreciated movies, but that's the thing, they're unappreciated, right? Iron Man's appreciated. You wouldn't think like, oh, I mean, but who knew that this movie would have been the movie that launched his career into the beautiful thing that we see him doing today?
Do you imagine anyone else being Iron Man?
Well, obviously, I see Tim Allen. Can you imagine Tim Allen stuck in the desert trying to make an Iron Man suit? And he's like welding with no shirt on, and he's just like, oh.
See, now that I would watch.
And then when he fires up into his Iron Man suit, he's like, to infinity and beyond!
You would have to say that every time.
He would have to say that
Every
every
time.
time.
What about
Every
George
time.
McFly? Crispin Glover.
Crispin Glover would be great in any role. So this is the end. They end on their holiday that they mentioned. Oh, she's in a bikini. Okay. And they're surfing dogs. My comment that I wrote was, all movies should end with surfing dogs.
I really think they should.
Schindler's List would have been better with the surfing dogs.
Mine, I was thinking like, why didn't you send it back to Tibet? But then they acknowledge it, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
Well, because they say, we can't keep him.
Yeah.
He needs to go back home.
How do you learn how to surf?
Well,
Yes,
that's
this-
my question.
Yeah, they acknowledge it here, and I was like, oh, okay.
I also enjoy that the kids are still mucking around with the fact that he still has his dog-like tendencies.
Wouldn't you? If
Yeah.
your dad
All
was
the
a dog
time.
man, like not like a guy who likes dogs, but a literal dog man, wouldn't you play with that? Also, ends on freeze frame. Best kind of
I love
ending.
it when that happens.
That's how you end a movie. Freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
I did like in this credits how they show the pictures of all the people and then a dog that like sort of resembles them.
Yeah, and I like how Danny Glover's is black dog.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
But then, like, the daughter has a brown dog. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
What kind of dog do you think you would be?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Probably a poodle. 'Cause I feel like.
What about you, Bartek?
Probably an anthropomorphic dog that furries like.
He's a schnauzer.
I reckon I'd be a Jack Russell.
Yeah, you'd be a Jack Russell.
I'm not really good with dog breeds. I'm a cat person.
Bartek's a pussy.
You can do that.
What kind of cat would you be, Bartek? Shit one. That's right. And that's like, no. Look, Alan Menken did the music. Can't get over it. Now he's singing music to a movie called like Sausage Adventure, which is with James Franco and Seth Rogen playing sausages.
Okay.
And the villain's name is Douche. And Michael, I think it's Michael Cera or somebody's playing guacamole. And,
Right.
and Danny Glover's got like a
he's
black
a
dog.
Labrador.
He's got a black dog, but then the daughter has a brown dog. It's like, I don't know what that indicates. Like, perfect choice for her.
Wow.
Yeah,
I've
one of the
actually
necklace.
chosen the breeds quite well. I
But
think.
then her, she gets like a brownish dog. It's because she's got red hair, but I don't know, like, she's not black, like, yeah, the other guy. He gets a good dog. But he's like, that guy gets credited in their dog sequence, but the two dumbass brigade people didn't even get any dogs.
I did
I'd like
notice
to know
that.
what kind of dog they would be.
Dumbass dogs. They would have been like the
They-
dogs that sniff their own poops.
Yeah.
They'd be the two stupid dogs.
Eat their own vomit.
Yeah.
Remember that cartoon, everyone?
No, actually.
Oh, you don't?
Which
No,
cartoon?
it's cartoon.
Two stupid dogs?
I don't remember it actually.
Oh, it was like two really dumb dogs, like a little yellow dog and a big grey dog.
Really?
And they would always like look for lunch and stuff.
Oh, I haven't watched it now. I feel really like I missed out on my childhood, huh?
I remember there was an episode where they got on a spaceship, like, a space rocket, like about to be launched at like NASA or whatever.
Yeah, obviously.
They were on it and there was a big red button that said launch, and they're like, oh look, lunch! And then they pressed it.
Oh, shenanigans. And now we've reached the end of the movie. We're at the credits, of course. And this is the point in which we give our final thoughts, well, a review and a rating. Bartek, how about you give your review and your rating first? And then we'll hear from you, Kate. And then
Okay.
I'll go, and then we'll hear what IMDb has to say about this masterpiece.
That's a lot of hearing.
That's a lot of hearing. Bartek, you're particularly good at hearing. So let's hear you hear yourself.
What? Get it? Because you said I was good at hearing, and I didn't hear what he said. Hold on, wait. Did you get the joke?
That was so
No,
bad.
actually, please explain it to me again.
Okay, so you remember when you said that I'm good at hearing myself, hearing just in general?
Yes.
So
Actually, wait, no, explain that bit to me again.
all right, so
I don't think I heard you.
you had this part where you said, Bartek, you're good at hearing. So my response immediately to that was, what? As in, like, I didn't hear you. Because you said that I'm good at hearing, but me saying what is like, oh, he's not that good at hearing if he couldn't hear that.
Oh, it's funny because I believed in you.
Kate, did you get the joke? Or...
Yes, I got it. It was just really bad.
Okay.
Okay, Bartek, go on. Tell us what you thought and give us a rating.
What? okay. I'll do it now. So,
I have to deal with this every podcast.
I don't know how you do it.
You're like, oh, Ryan, I listened to one of them. I have to do this for, like, everyone. Go on, Bartek. Tell us your review in Polish.
okej. Ja mówię rzeczy i ty nie rozumiesz, co ja mówię. To ja chcę powiedzieć, że ty jesteś debil, duży idiota i pocałuj mnie w dupie.
And
Now
what-
in English.
No. And what's your rating?
Ja dam ten film 4 punkty.
Yeah, I understood everything he just said. I've been lying.
okay.
I do speak Polish. But just for the listeners out there who don't speak Polish, give us your thoughts.
All right. So what I said, I was pretty much insulting Ryan the whole time, but I'll give it.
I knew that. I know.
But
I
I'll
was
give
insulted.
it. Yeah, because I said idiota. That probably
Yeah,
that
yeah.
probably revealed it.
No, it's everything else you said.
Mhm.
That actually I didn't understand.
Oh well.
Go on.
Awkward.
Awkward that you're
So-
still not telling us.
Awkward that you keep interrupting me, you fucker.
Yes, okay now.
So usually when I give these reviews, my big thing is I talk about character arcs and how I really followed them.
Hmm.
So in this movie, we had a father that was not quite getting along with his family well, and that was impacting all of their lives. But not really the daughter.
Yeah.
The fact that she
Except
didn't...
for that the dad hated her lifestyle.
Yeah,
Go on.
it's more like the daughter... Yeah, well, you pretty much just said it. So, he has this really wacky conflict that happens. Really wacky, and he turns into a dog. And when he becomes the dog, he reveals that... Oh, no. I got better at the voice, I think, but I wasn't doing the Whitey voice there.
Go on.
Alright. So he becomes a dog, and somehow that just fixes everything. Because he has to learn how to be the dog, how to communicate with people, and he eventually does get it into everyone's heads that he is the father.
And if you had to give it a rating?
If I had to give it a rating, I'd wait till I finish.
Oh, I thought that
talking
was
about
it.
the
No,
film.
I thought that was it.
I'm not
Like,
giving a synopsis.
I thought that was your review. I thought you were like, yeah, so he changes. 5 stars.
Look,
Sounded like you were finished.
alright,
It
look.
did. It was like, so, the movie was this, 5 stars. Like,
This is the arc, yay!
the movie, he changes, 5 stars.
This is a train wreck. Alright.
No, Trainwreck's a movie
Look.
by Amy Schumer.
So just to conclude it, I thought that it was very touching. I thought that... Choke your hand. Couldn't see that because it's
that's a
freaking
euphemism.
audio. Choke the chicken arm.
That's another euphemism.
Look, fuck it all. I give it 5 out of 5, alright?
This episode I'm going to title the one that broke Bart's along with the episode before and the one before that.
The one before that where I yelled, shut the fuck up, I'm trying to speak.
Yeah, every episode basically.
What did I do
breaks
last
you.
time?
Last episode you were just like, well, I'd like to get something out or something like that. And I made a joke.
Man.
And I said penis. I made
Dog month,
I
man.
made a Noah joke and you were like, what?
Because I was in the middle of talking.
Okay, Kate. Let's hear your review.
Well, I quite enjoyed this movie. I am a sucker for family fun sort of movies like this, and the fact that it's Tim Allen and his Buzz Lightyear reference just kind of makes it for me. And I also love dogs, so anything dog related I will like. I did enjoy the story with him becoming a dog, and I enjoyed all the puns that were within that. You're on a short leash. If I had to give this a rating, I would give it 3 out of 5 dumb scientists.
Wow, that's a lot of dumb scientists.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of dumb scientists, isn't it? Well, I'm very proud that you gave that many scientists. No, here's what I have to say. This movie is a touching movie. It is a sequel. It is a remake. Is this the first remake we've done on the show? I think. I can't remember. We've done so many now. Go back, guys, and find out if this is our first remake. But it is an updated version of a story that is as old as time.
Just visiting.
Just Visiting was a remake, yes, thank you. And as old as time, man becomes dog. But is dog man? It's that typical thing. I think it is a wonderful film. One that transcends time, of course, but one that isn't only for kids. A lot of people say, oh, it's just a Disney film for kids. No, it's more than that. It's a heartfelt movie that deals with the struggles of being a parent who's obsessed with work more than his family. And also being a dog. I think this movie is a perfect movie for a perfect time. No other time could this movie have been made with no other people to make it. Disney, of course. Tim Allen, of course. 2006, of course. It came out perfectly. It was that movie, that quintessential movie that if it wasn't for the right circumstances, if it wasn't for the right production, if it wasn't for the right people, it would not be an unappreciated masterpiece. It would just be unappreciated. I think that's the best I can say about it. If I had to give it a review, not a review, if I had to give it a rating, it's very hard. There's so many things you could say, but I'd have to give it an uppy downy. That's
An uppy downy.
an uppy downy.
So quite a
That's-
good rating.
It's a bold rating. But other people on IMDb had quite a few things to say about this movie. Now I will say this. This movie has the least amount of reviews on IMDb in comparison to any other movie. This had only 80 reviews, while every other movie has had well over 100. Yeah, so this is, again, unappreciated. This one is not as bad as the reviews, and they give it 7 stars. This was written in 2006, so when the movie came out. It was actually very hard to find any that weren't from 2006. This is what they had to say. I took my 12-year-old grandson to see it, and he was rolling on the floor for most of the film. I was surprised that it was actually funny. Much more surprised than I was prepared for. This is a funny movie for those pre-teens and early teens, as they seem to really enjoy it. Sure, it is not full of high tech and special effects, and should never be compared to The Matrix. Like, who was comparing it? But it is I love this. I love the grammar. But it is a Disney, and they put an exclamation mark after, and then movie. like it was supposed to be the one sentence.
Disney movie.
It's a Disney movie. Get it? A Disney movie. That's what they wrote. Like, it sounds like
What are we trying to say?
I don't know. Take that into consideration. How many Disney movies achieve high ratings anyway, other than the classics? That doesn't make any sense. Like, anything that gets a high rating is a classic. But okay. This is a fun movie. I saw the original and it was funny too. Remember way back when everything was black and white and not color? The special effects in this movie are not very high tech, and some of the metamorphosis takes place when you do not see it, so do not expect the Wolfman. Changes to be shown. Nope, one shot he is a man, the next he is a dog. Some of the other critters are pretty funny too. Kids seem to love this movie. 7 out of 10. This one is an 8 out of 10. Also 2006. The title is nowhere near as bad as claimed. Very positive. So, it's a dumb movie with a dumb plot. What do you expect? Agatha Christie? Robert Ludlum? This is a Disney film for children. As a kids movie, it's a lot of fun with plenty of slapstick and a lot of laughs. The plot is goofy, but the basic premise is hardly meant to be realistic. This is not a cinematic wonder piece. People give What Women Want with Mel Gibson a much higher rating, but that's just daft. If you want clever, wait, no, I skipped it, sorry. That's just daft. There are plenty of set-piece chases, as you would expect with a storyline about dogs. If you want clever, go see the Usual Suspects. Just don't take your under-8s to it. What? Like, The Usual Suspects didn't even come out in 2006? It's like if I just said, yeah, so Deadpool, look, if you're expecting clever, you're not getting, and I just say you're not getting Schindler's List. Go see Schindler's List. It's like, it's not out right now. Okay, now Bartek, this is one that is a negative review. At recent, I've been going mainly positive reviews, but to understand a masterpiece as you understand, Bartek, and Kate, you may not, you have to get the positives and the negatives to truly evaluate a piece. Because some people might hold something in high regard than necessarily it could be held. Some people are not fans of Van Gogh or Picasso. There are people out there who think the Mona Lisa is shit, and we've got to hear their opinions. This is a 1-star review from 2006, and it just is called, Can You Say Product placement. This is what they had to say. I, for one, am getting tired of the cinematography of a movie being obscured by ads directed at kids. A few years ago, it was much more subtle than it is now. It is a shame to see an actor with the caliber of Robert Downey Jr. in a B-rated movie. Hell, likely even a C-rated movie. I guess after prison, one has to start right from the mailroom. But for him, he is sweeping the floor of the mailroom. The storyline is tired. Normally my kids are gluttons for this type of entertainment, but they walked away from it within 15 minutes. I, however, endured. What a waste of 90 minutes. If your kids point to this movie at the video store and say, "How about this one?" you can tell them with confidence, "I'm sorry, honey. I heard that one sucks."
Call your kids honey?
Yeah, if they're a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Were you ever called honey?
No.
Never?
No.
You were called shit stain. It sucks. Okay, this is better than I thought. Entertaining. This has a 7-star review.
Oh, we're done with the other one?
Yeah, that was done. That was like, that's the end.
Oh, okay.
Better than I thought. Entertaining is the next one's title. 2006. 7 stars. Went today to see this film. Another remake, but admittedly haven't seen the original. And I personally thought it was okay. Had 3 kids with me. A 14-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 6-year-old, who all sat watching it, enjoying it and laughing away. Me too. Tim Allen was great as usual, and deaf suits the comedy side of acting. Sorry, I said deaf. Bit samey with the oldest child, a teenage daughter who wears different clothes and wants to be rebellious. Father works a lot and isn't the most committed father. Mother who seems to do it all and has had enough. And then the younger son who just seems to want to do his own thing but hasn't the nerve to say it. But apart from that, the dog was great. Tim Allen and Robert Downey Jr. were great. And then I've this in brackets. Nice to see Robert Downey Jr. in something again. That's the end of brackets.
Aww.
Some funny scenes with the actors and with the animals. Bit slow to start, but gets better. Deaf entertaining for kids and adults. If only Disney done more like this. Seem to have done some fantastic films years ago and then lost the plot a bit. Worth seeing.
I feel like that was a mum.
That was definitely a mum. I've got a tear in my eye. Okay, this one is an 8-star review, Kate. I know you're excited.
I am
Not
excited.
brilliant, but very funny. The Shaggy Dog shall keep you entertained. 8 stars, 2006. It isn't going to win any Oscars, but that is not what this film was made for. It was made to satisfy the nippers and the dog-loving medium. I love how there is a dog-loving medium. And it does that with massive success. This film is hilarious in parts, especially the courtroom scenes, and the chase between Tim Allen and the cat was brilliantly done, and perhaps the best scene in the film. I don't see how this film did so bad, but it is good to see that this has come out of the bottom 100. That is for films with no heart. The Shaggy Dog does have heart, as well as character, hilarity, relatively good CGI, and a sharp script. Adults will love it too, if they are kids at heart. The Shaggy Dog is massively predictable and has no particularly memorable one-liners or emotional scenes, but is fun and did relatively well at the box office. After all, it is made for kids, and I don't see why any kid wouldn't enjoy it. The Shaggy Dog is no masterpiece. I think they're wrong. But it is a hugely funny and is never dull or pointless. A kid's film to be reckoned with. 8 out of 10.
I like that review.
That review had a lot, but this one here is the emotion. Like, this is one of my favorites. Bartek and I particularly enjoy ones that have backstories, and I tried to get ones that also negative reviews. This one is negative. This is 9 stars, but I tried to get ones of the negatives that also have a backstory as well, which is very hard. But this one is the backstory one. Wasn't expecting much, and then 9 stars. This is 2006. I went to this movie under protest with my 8-year-old son. Okay, I had an attitude. The movie trailers looked stupid, the original wasn't all that hot, so I braced myself to suffer through yet another lame kids movie like Shark's Tale, out of love for my child. I bought the popcorn, Coke, and candy and settled back to enjoy his enjoyment. And boy, was I surprised! Not only was this movie shot in the traditional Disney style of bright and airy, but it was actually funny and entertaining. I found myself laughing out loud, which I rarely do in movies. Comedy routines or jokes. Just ask my family. I'm too critical whether it makes sense or not to see the humor, but this movie made me lose myself in its genuine innocence and light-hearted feel. I was a kid again, just enjoying the ride. My son and I had a blast. And isn't that what you want in a family movie? To bring your family together in a mutually satisfying, fantastical experience? The last time I enjoyed myself this much at a family movie was when I saw Pirates of the Caribbean. That's in that sentence. So, my criteria for if the movie was successful at its job is which was entertainment is how I feel when it's ending. Am I relieved, ambivalent, or disappointed? I was disappointed when this was over. I wanted more. Tim Allen was great, by the way. He, as well as the rest of the cast, with the exception of Downey, played their parts with just the right amount of comedic enthusiasm, never over the top. Overall, an endearing movie. I think I'll use my granddaughter as an excuse to see this one again. Take your family, young and old, and enjoy the ride. 9 stars.
I would have liked it if in the part where he's like, just ask my family, he like wrote down what their usernames are or something.
Yeah. Okay, this is a negative one, and it is the last review. But sometimes you have to end it bittersweet, isn't that right, Kat?
Yes.
Bittersweet. This is an arbitrary judgment. 3 stars. The Shaggy Dog is more or less what you would expect from a movie entitled The Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen in it. This is the kind of movie you see when you're flying from somewhere else to Miami. That's where I saw it. On the 4-hour plane ride, there isn't much to do except watch the movie or sleep. In this case, I should have chosen to sleep. I must admit the movie is targeted for children and the younger audience, which it must be more entertaining and comical for. You will most likely get what you think you will of this movie, especially if you don't think much of it. It's an original idea, but not a very good one. So, to Tim Allen, I say, points for originality, but don't do it again. That's the end of the review.
Jesus.
Like, they're really negative on that one. They're like, yeah.
Don't do it again.
You just don't. You did it? No more.
You were clearly
Let's
the
move on
mastermind
from this.
behind the whole movie.
Yeah. So, guys, we did it. We went through the Shaggy Dog. How do you feel? Do you feel invigorated?
I feel good.
Okay, feels good. How about you, Bartek?
Pretty chill.
Chill?
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix and chill. No, I'm very glad that we did this, and of course we're going to be continuing with our Dogathon. The movie next has dog in the title as well. Ooh, could be anything, Kate. Kate won't be here.
No, sorry.
So,
guys.
nope. Sorry, Kate, we've got to have more guests than
That's
just
okay.
you. That's okay.
That's okay.
Bartek will be here, I imagine. Maybe I'll be here, I don't know. Wouldn't it be a plot twist if I wasn't here?
Yep, just Polish.
You spoke it entirely in Polish, but you don't know how to speak Polish.
Welcome to Polish and no one else.
I'm not spit.
What, are you Polish then?
No, I'm and.
But last week you said, oh no, it'll just be spit.
Yeah, dude, I'm a liar. It changes from week to week, depending on my mood. No, we did it, guys. We did Tim Allen and the Shaggy Dog, which some people might say, why are you doing this? Why? Because these movies need more love.
They do.
This is an art. Somebody made this with a passion, with heart behind it, with vigor and energy. Someone, and not just one person, but a series of people. People who did the costume, people who did the music, people who wrote the script, people who acted, people who did the design. Everyone worked hard. There was someone at some point who turned to their partner and said, "Oh, honey, I hope that they really enjoy the work that I did in the Shaggy Dog." And that person says, "They better, because the Shaggy Dog sounds like a masterpiece." But unfortunately, it became obscure. This movie is 10 years old, and I never hear anyone talking about it.
I'm really shocked. When you're reading the reviews, almost every single one of them said it's made for kids.
I know, right? It's not just that. It's made for anyone.
It just seems kind of dismissive of what it really is.
There's a stigma with kids films. Like, these people were even slandering Disney in general. And Disney, let's be honest, are the animation company and the company that makes children's entertainment the highest quality brand.
Mm-hmm.
Disney just pump out crap as well, but overall they pump out genuine quality stuff. I mean, all those, like, before, one of them was, like, outside of the classics. But there are so many classics in Disney's back catalogue that it is also hard not to notice the ones that aren't classics, and you have to ask yourself, why? Why didn't this work? And I look at the Shaggy Dog, and I actually do ask myself, why didn't this work? Because on paper, and by what I see, it works. Tim Allen is the Shaggy Dog. It makes sense. Like, it's not something far out there. Like, we've done movies before in this show where I say, how did this get made? Or, like, somebody came up with this. I understand why somebody came up with this. I understand why people accepted to do this. There are several times during this where I'm like, can you believe that this person's in it? Like, sure, I said Danny Glover's in this, but I only kept asking that because they just didn't use him very well.
I could have used him a lot.
I mean, that's the one negative flaw I would say is not enough Danny Glover being used. And we know why Tim Allen's in it. We know why Robert Downey Jr. is in it. We know why the kids are in it. We know why these people are in it. And it was such a good project for them to be on at the time. In theory, it should have worked. But for some reason it failed. And that's what we try and investigate on this show some of the time. No, that's not the main focus. It's just to point at it and be like, look at this. Do you guys remember this? That's very important because it's always good to bring it back into circulation. Because who knows? It may become popular again. People just, if one person's like, oh, the Shaggy Dog, I'm going to watch that. That's our mission done, isn't it?
Yeah. I find it really, really, really disheartening when these kind of movies, these unappreciated masterpieces, a movie ends with credits, right? And at the credits they, typically play a song or music. And some of these movies, they end with a really happy, upbeat song. Like even this one did.
Yeah, it did.
And it's like, oh, we've just shown you this movie, and we're going to end it with this positive, atmospheric music. And then you just find out that after those credits, you find out that the movie's unappreciated, didn't get its credit. The other day, I saw Zoolander 2. It was like that again. I was really shocked to find out that that Zoolander 2 is not doing very well with critics. It's like 37 on Metacritic.
Well, Zoolander 1 didn't do well with critics when
Yeah.
it first came out.
Because it was like 2001.
And it came out during, that time. But yeah, hopefully, Zoolander 2, this, will be like Zoolander 1 and get a big following. It
think it
takes
will.
time, but it will. It's got enough recognition behind it. It's a great story with great actors behind it. I think that's all I can say about this. This is a movie that is worth seeing.
Definitely.
You guys have been fantastic, wonderful listening people. Like all the pages and stuff, follow us on iTunes. We've got the Facebook page there, which is Spit and Polish Presents. And follow us on any of those. We've got the Podbean page as well. And, drop us a line. Give us some kind of feedback. If you want us to do a movie, tell us. We don't know every movie ever made, as much as I like to boast that I do. There's going to be some unappreciated masterpiece that there's someone out there sitting there going, oh, I can't wait for them to do this. And we may never do it because we don't know. They're unappreciated for a reason. They're unappreciated for many reasons, but one of them is they're forgotten. And how can you expect us to remember all of the forgotten things in the world of cinema? There's just too many. We'd like to hear from you what you think could be a good suggestion.
Yeah, don't go sitting there thinking, oh, maybe next week they'll do Story of Ricky. You have to ask us.
I haven't even heard the story of Ricky. See?
You have to ask us if we'll do it, and then we can think about it, we can research it, and then maybe we'll do it.
And if not, we won't, and we'll tell you why. Like, it's shit. Get out. But, yes, you guys have been fantastic, wonderful listening people, and yes, it's been great, you know, I've been very happy. The listenership has expanded more and more. We've got listeners now in South America, we've got listeners in North America, we've got, another Polish person listened to the
Fantastic.
show. Just one. But, yes. Oh, in Canada, hello, by the way. We've got a few from Canada from the last Scooby-Doo movie. But yes, we're going to be continuing with our Dogathon. Yes, to the end of this month, to maybe the very beginning of next month, it's going to be dog movies. Well, how many dog movies have we got left? We've got
2.
1... yeah, 2. Yeah, it is 2. Yeah, and we've got 2 left. 2 dog movies. It's going to be fantastic. As I said, you guys have been fantastic, wonderful listening people. Kate, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
It
Thank you
has.
very
You had a
much,
lot
guys.
she had a lot to say. Who? That was good.
Wasn't it you that said who?
She said she joined me though.
Oh, cool.
So, Kate, we'll have you back on at some point.
Great.
You have been a great guest. You guys have been great listeners. Until next time, treat each other nicely.